Hello, hello.
Hi, everyone.
If you guys can hear us, okay, let us know, please, in the chat. Testing one, two, three. Is chat delayed, Kimber?
I don't know.
Hey, Doodle, can you hear us?
Hi, Shay. Can you hear us?
Hey, Mom, we don't think anybody can hear us.
Are you live?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live. Oh, Shay can hear us. Doodle can hear us.
Okay, thank you guys, because I'm over here going, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're
We
live.
are live, Mom. I did hit the right button. Tonight's a good question. A good time to ask me that is tonight.
I went like 30 minutes one time just talking away, showing slides, and looked up and thought, well, isn't that nice? Well, at least I came.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I won't feel so bad if I ever do that then. I'll be like, all right.
They're
So,
live. Yeah, yeah. Like if you don't at least mute yourself once or start a live and like get like your whole intro played and like full on like passionate conversation with yourself because you're not live, then you have not broken in yet.
I know,
You're not broken in yet.
Or
right?
yeet yourself off panel at least once.
Yeah, I kind of make sure I try to watch for being muted if I go to talk because I don't mute myself that often. Well, I've only done a couple of lives, but I'm sure everything will happen at least once. Um, so let me see who all's in here tonight. Right now, we're gonna give everybody a few minutes to trickle in. Hey, Doodle Love, how are you? Drama, police. Uh-oh, Nelly Nipple, devil's testicles. Y'all, come on. Where's the baby, Kimber? Too fat to run. Lord, y'all kill us with these names. It's so funny. Shally, you keep changing your name on me, man. Debbie Clark, y'all welcome in. Hey, Butterfly, how are you tonight? So, guys, I'm a couple of days ahead on these readings, and there's gonna be a lot of things coming up. Even like I was telling you guys, some of these pages are like really like everything is redacted. Those were photos. So when we get down to those, we're gonna skip past them. They'll be a little bit later. But we're still gonna go over the same document, reading the way we've been doing it, and try to get our rhythm with it and go over them. But I'm gonna keep I know we're not don't have a lot in here right now, and I don't expect we will, and that's okay. But I will say this: I want to keep this conversation respectful to the victim. Um, I almost didn't go live because I'm feeling some kind of way right now, and I don't want that to spill over into my live. So I think the best thing for me to do is just do my live the way I planned with this little community and read these documents and do it the way we've been doing it. Um, I won't put up with anybody. I don't care who they are, how big their platform is, disgracing the victim or putting drama into this case where it don't need to be. There's enough here. The suspect's been arrested. It's time to prosecute this bastard. We have the documents in front of our face telling us exactly what happened. Anything else is none of our business. And this is a minor child we're talking about. And Florida protects the minor children. And I intend to uphold that as a Floridian, as a mother, speaking for Maddie. Now, I know that I don't like getting that way, and that's the only time I'm going to say what I have to say about it because I really met a point today where I really got pissed. Like, I was cussing in my car. I was so mad. And if you don't know the facts of this case, you probably shouldn't be on a panel talking about it. You should probably be in an audience listening and gathering the facts of the case. Now, with that said, welcome, Mom, and thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Kimberly,
Thank you for having
I'll
me.
leave everybody speechless. I'm sorry with my little rant there, but
No,
No,
I,
I
I
mean,
have to stay. I stay muted because that way, if I've got my fancy gamer headphones on, and if my dogs bark or something, I don't want it riling up
yeah,
everybody's
I got my
dogs. So
$11 headphones on. I ain't even gonna lie.
these come from my kid. Believe me, I ain't going to spend this kind of money. And he was like,
Exactly.
"Mom, you gotta have good headphones. You gotta have
I
a
know.
good mic." Rah rah rah.
That's what my
Okay.
kid told me too. He's like, "Mom, you need to don't buy that. You need to buy this." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not you. I'm going to Walmart and getting this $11.88 piece of shit, and we're gonna roll." And guess what? I'm rolling with it.
I have a $3 mic, but
There you
I have
go,
not
sister.
used it yet. I got it on clearance. It's cool. It
Hey, I
lights
love
up.
clearance. I have two girls. One of my girls would not even look at the for sale rack. I had one who lived by it. You know what I mean? I was like, can't y'all both go to the for sale clearance? No, one went to the expensive rack and one went to the clearance rack every time. It's so funny how everybody's different.
I'm a clearance girl, right?
I
Um,
love the clearance.
Me too. If it ain't on sale, I probably ain't buying it. Period. I don't care what it is.
See, there she went. That's why I stay muted.
You're good. If there's a little dog barking, we do not care.
Girl,
She gets demanding though. It ain't
if
even 10
that
o'clock yet. Why
Right?
you over here messing with me?
if that's girly, that dog is like a little piranha.
Dude, I bought her a pit bull, like a pit bull weight. Okay, because toys are weighted. I bought her a pit bull weighted toy tonight. It's a mallard duck with a water bottle inside of it.
It's tore up.
Literally 5 minutes, and she has ripped it to shreds.
Oh yeah. My pits couldn't keep a toy. They were
No,
gone.
no, this is not a pit. This is
No,
a
it's
5-pound Dotson. The pit bull has the exact same duck.
those are mean, Mom. Those little dogs don't play either.
She's oh, I'm gonna use choice words. She's a butthead. We'll put it that way.
Yeah,
I don't know where
yeah.
she.
Me and small dogs don't. I don't care for little dogs for some reason. I need a big beefy dog. I don't have a dog right now. My son does, but my last pit, she was 14 when she passed. Gosh, it's been about 6 years now, and I didn't get another dog after her. I had them for so long, and I like to go camping and stuff, and it's hard to, when you got a dog. But my son's dog thinks she belongs to me, so we're good.
When you said big beefy dog, my pit mix looked at me like, "Stop calling me beefy.
She's
You
like, "You
always
talking
call
about
me."
me, bitch?"
She always calls me fat. You're calling me Salty's calling me beefy.
Kimber, do you overfeed your dog?
No, she's just fat.
She can't help the way she built, right? None of us can.
She's like, baby got back.
Baby got back.
She's big boned.
She's
She
like,
big
I'm not
bone.
fat. I'm just big boned. And I'm
That's so
lazy. She's like, I'm lazy. She does need
Hey.
to lose a little bit of weight. I cut food back to 2.5 cups because she was getting 2 3/4. So she got it cut back a 1/4 cup. She'll lose some weight this summer because she'll get out in the
My
yard and run
sister's
around.
boyfriend had a dog. It was like Mom's little dog there, and that thing, he was the nastiest little dog. He was mean to everybody. He just chased you around, wanted to bark and bite at you. You couldn't like talk to the dog or pet it or approach it or anything. It was insane how mean that little dog was. Like he only liked his owner. It was so weird. He didn't like anybody else. I'm like, what's wrong with that dog?
We had one
Mine
when I was growing up.
Well,
He was
a
kind
lot
of,
of dogs have very good instincts. Like if one of my pits, my females, the males, I don't care for no male pit, but with the two different, well, I had three, but the two different females that I had at different times, one was 13 years, and when she passed, I got another one that lived 14. Their instincts were spot on. If they didn't like you, I wasn't gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? If you come to my door and my dog acted some kind of way, I'm acting some kind of way now. I got suspicious, but when you got one that don't like everybody, that's weird.
well, we had one that didn't like anybody but us when I was growing up. He was a dachshund. But Don and my husband and I had one. I got one. And we got her when she was a little older. She was probably 2 or 3. and she loved everybody. And when my mama would come down, I'd tell her, because my son called, well, all the grandkids call my mama Mama. And I'd say, Mama's coming. And girl, she would go to that door and she'd see Mama pull up in that driveway and she would sit up on her hind legs and wait for Mama to come in the door. She was so
One of
cute.
my dogs couldn't stand my mom. Like, she did not like my mom. I was pregnant and locked myself out of the house, and my mom was with me when we got back. And this was an older house, and it had these weird windows. And so I was like, Mom, you got to climb in that damn window and unlock the door because the window would not lock the way it was made. So we opened it, and my mom goes to climb in, and my dog is not having it. And I'm sitting there going, it's okay, let her in. The dog would not let my mom crawl in that window. I had to crawl my pregnant ass into that window. I cussed that dog all the way to the living room to unlock that front door. I'm like, you stupid dog, It's so annoying. How many dogs do you have, Mom?
I have a wiener dog that's behind me. Well, they're Dachshunds. And then I have my mom's Dachshund, and I have a Min Pin, and we have a Pit Boo.
Oh, yeah. Hey, hey, Salty. I was reading Zelda's comment. Oh, hi, Zelda. How are you?
Well, hi, Kimber. Say hi
Look,
to yourself, Mom.
I talk to myself all the
Hello.
time, so
Hello.
I'm
You know
always
what I call that? You know what I call it when I talk to myself?
talking to somebody with some good sense.
Having a staff meeting, or I need expert advice.
Yeah, the two of me have to, have a little meeting all the time. I'm a Gemini, so there's definitely two of me in there, and one's nice and one is not. Lord, that nice one did the not so nice one came out today, and I had to put her away fast. I'm like, girlfriend.
I had to put mine away too after we got off phone talk. I was like, okay.
I need to smudge or something. I can feel it. Like, I need to go out back, light my smudge stick, and just have a good. And I need a full moon bath. We got one coming up, don't we?
I went in there and cleansed myself with my smudge stick. Evil demons
Girl,
come
I'm gonna
out.
cleanse myself with my smudge and underneath that full moon. Don't think I won't be sitting in my backyard under that full moon talking about cleanse me. These YouTube streets are annoying as a fuck. Anyway, my life is good, but that YouTube ain't. Oh Lord, I don't want to get on here and rant. So anyway, thank y'all for coming in. I talked to Kimber earlier, and this weekend, I've already made my little plan for the weekend. I'm going to sit down and get all of this, the times set up for us and get our timeline built. And Mom, I'm going to get you some information as well. And I'm going to be sending Kimber some information, and we're going to make sure that we get, we want to make sure we have visuals, you know what I mean, of the timeline and everything as we go through this. We already know. I was going to play y'all we were going to read some of these documents and then compare them to Jen's interview, but the internet here today is wonky for some reason. I can't even play a video back on YouTube. I can on my phone, but not as weird. I don't know what the hell was going on. So we'll do that most of us, I think, that are in here have seen the Jennifer interviews, Soto interviews, and we already know what's in them and how she acted and all she said. So I think we're good on that. But we're going to go through them and read them, and we'll do like we've been doing. We'll stop and discuss. If I go too fast, you guys let me know, and I'll slow down on the read. But because I do want to make sure we take it in, and sometimes when I read it, I have to stop and let myself comprehend what I just read. Do you know what I mean? So if y'all need me to stop and something y'all want to ask, let me know. Let Doodle know, let Kimber know, and they'll yell at me. We got Mom up here too, and she's awesome up here because when we talk about the lay of the land there, Mom knows the lay of the land way better than any of us because she's there. So it helps. She's there. I was about to say, no, she doesn't, but she is. So it helps us understand better. And I'm also going to put together some maps. I don't know if y'all viewed the community page, but I did post, you guys let me know if you're on your phones or on your computers when you look at the community tab, because I post these to like little boards. If you cannot see them the way I'm posting them onto YouTube, let me know and I'll do them individually. I don't want it to be where you guys can't understand or read things. But there was Pharaoh scans done, and we had learned about that during one of the last lives, looking at the stuff they had done. But there was a sketch done of where the location where Maddie was found. And if you've seen that, you'll note it. We're going to get to that eventually, but there's two markers on the side of the road. That's where the tire treads were found, the pieces of tire tread that they're going to match back to the tire from the compactor. So things like that, we're going to try to get visually put together by the weekend. So, and post them to the community tab so you guys can grab them for your notes or for your whatever, so you can watch the case unfold. And if you have any suggestions or anything specific, just let us know. Now, we ended on page 36, and that was we had just gotten up to where this was where the club vacations was, where he went into the parking garage. So we're going to kind of review this for a second and just to get caught up, and then we're going to go ahead and move on. This is the incident report from February 29th. And when I tell y'all what page we're on, I'll try to remember each time to tell y'all when we're on a new page. Because if y'all want that particular page, I can post it to the tab. Because there's just so many of them. And if you have a specific one you want, let me know. And that's how I'll, we'll get it out there and post them.
Hey, Salty. Honey, are you going to present the pages tonight?
Oh, yeah. Y'all got to remind me. I'm over here just looking at the page and I don't freaking know.
We want to see too.
Look, I almost clicked leave studio. Hold up.
Salty's gone. Don't do that. Me and Mom will sing. She sang last night.
I sang for Dago's chat.
Dago left us. No, night before last. Was it night before last? Dago left us and he sang.
What were we singing?
My song I wrote for Danielo Calawente.
Oh, okay. Well, I got to learn the words so I can sing with you. We're supposed to have karaoke on the porch one night.
We should.
I know. We said we were, but we didn't. We will.
I sing all the time, and then I ask people to please don't unsubscribe due to my singing.
Girl, you don't never know. I'm gonna bust off the song. I'll be changing the lyrics to all the songs. My grandbaby laughs. He tries not to, and I'll look over, and he's like, his face is turning. He's dropping his head, going, "Grandma," because I'll make up some different words, and they sound awesome.
I was singing Redneck Yacht Club today.
Oh, girl, I like. Don't get me started. I like Craig Morgan. Okay. No, see, Mom, you got my mind on the music now, and I am a huge music person. It saved my soul.
Music cleans the soul.
Yes. Hey, I'll be honest with y'all. I've been through some trauma and some shit, and music saved me. Not pills, not pot, not alcohol, nothing. Music saved me. And I'll say it to the day I join the heaven and sing up there. But anyway, so they served the warrant for the vehicles for Stearns and Jen. So on March 1, 2024, Detective Leonard Jones responded to the area of Destination Parkway and John Young to canvass for evidence. During that time, Detective Jones responded to the Holiday Inn Club Vacations, located at 9271 South John Young Parkway in Orlando. While reviewing the surveillance, Detective Jones observed that at approximately 9:40, now Mom was kind enough to send me a cheat sheet on these times. I need to pull that shit up. Hold up.
I got you.
You got you. So, yeah, she did. I was like, because we were like the other night, it was so funny because I was like, I know that 1300 is 1. So 9:40. The target vehicle was the silver gray Lincoln. That was the one Stearns was driving, and I believe that we have concluded that was his registered to his father, or at least co-signed on it or something. Turned on to the above business property from Emissary Avenue, then proceeded to the parking garage. While in the parking garage, a male wearing a dark hat, red shirt, tan pants exited the vehicle and opened the trunk. We do have our trigger warning up for the case, guys. Y'all know that this stuff gets sensitive in here. I'm going to read it anyway, so I just want to warn y'all that the stuff we read may not always be pretty, but it is what it is, and we're going to try to do it as respectfully as possible. The man then walked to the front passenger side of the vehicle, opened the door, and proceeded to carry what appeared to be a limp body to the trunk. of the vehicle. On March 1st, 2024, the Kissimmee Police Department issued a bulletin requesting information from the public. In the bulletin, KPD advised Stefan had changed a flat tire in the area of US 192 and Old Hickory Tree. The Kissimmee Police Department received a tip stating she had observed a male matching Stefan's description and a vehicle change a tire and directed them to the location. Deputies with Osceola Sheriff's Office responded to the scene and located to be a female wearing a green sweater and blue jeans. So it says a tip stating she had observed. We also know there was a man that observed the tire. Remember the guy that watched the press conference and then called and reported the car? So is there two witnesses?
There's two witnesses, and
Male
then
and a female. Okay.
there's the man that pulled the ring camera footage.
Yeah.
And if my mind serves me correctly, his wife is the one that told him to pull the ring camera footage.
Right. So we got two witnesses, I'm assuming now, placing him out there, changing that tire at that location, along with his tire tread pieces that he left. And we got phone pings that y'all, oh my God, y'all are to see these phone pings. All them naysayers on phone pings. I can't wait to show it. Anyway, moving forward. Detective Ilgen and Detective Morris responded to 5680 Hickory Tree Road, Kissimmee, Florida, where they confirmed it was the body of Maddie Soto. On March 1st, 2024, at approximately 9:16, I spoke with teletype operator Mansuko IED, we don't need to know that, who removed, I'm assuming that's Maddie, from as a missing. Okay, they took her off the missing list at that point when they confirmed it was her. Conclusion, this concluded my involvement in the recovery of Maddie Soto. So that was from that police officer there. This is the Orange County Sheriff's, this is the vehicle stuff here. I'm looking for anything that, it's all redacted, whatever it is.
Kimber is backstage.
What did Kimber?
I'm sorry, y'all. My brother called and I had to answer the phone.
Oh, yes, you have to answer when family calls. It could be
Yeah,
important.
well, it's just me and him now. So, yeah, I answer when he calls. Our other brother's gone and our parents are gone. So it's just me and him.
This is some stuff they took, I believe, from the residents. Female black short with white stripe. FIBRS code seized. Property forfeited, no. Quantity 1,000. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
No, that's 1.0.
1.0. Thank you, Kimber. I have cheap readers on because I broke my actual glasses and I haven't went to the doctor to get new ones.
I do too, but that's just 1.00000.
Okay, 1 point whatevers.
Yes, they just took one.
So they have the female black short with white stripe. Remember, they both stated, Jennifer said she was wearing black shorts. Stefan said blue or black, but she was found in blue jeans. So they have taken this black pair of shorts and they took a pair of pink female undergarment. The narrative on this was 227. Deputy Joseph responded to redacted Florida in efforts to retrieve scent articles. Okay, they use those for scent. Her black shorts. The black shorts, is that the ones that she had on when she went to bed originally? And
well, if you watch the body cam footage, it's real. You can't really see what the colors are unless you like pause it and stare at the screen. But the female officer that had the hound dog had a baggie with Maddie's clothes in it at the church.
I didn't pay attention to that, Mom. I totally didn't even. I was watching the damn dog. and listening to the lady talk, but watching the dog. Okay. So that's what they used for scent articles. But I'm wondering, the black shorts that Jen described and that he described she was wearing shorts, did they get that confused with what she had on last when they saw her alive? Was those black shorts? Because
It's
she they
possible. And you know what bothers me is when
go ahead.
the
Go
pictures
ahead.
got leaked to Maddie, they was talking
Mhm.
about that she was found with the green hoodie, the white Crocs, and the black shorts on. And that was released from law enforcement. And then this, which is going to be set in stone because I believe this over some sheriff's,
Yeah.
I won't speak lightly of my opinion, posting pictures of Maddie's body on Instagram. But it's like, why did
Right.
they release misinformation? Like, why didn't you just tell what she had on instead of she was found and what she was reported missing in? No, she wasn't. She had blue jeans on.
Well, I don't know if they did all that, honestly, at this point, looking back,
I've
because
got a screenshot.
I think they knew from the get-go these 2 weren't gonna be on the up and up. And if they, because you know how when Jennifer and, Stearns did the interviews and Jennifer kept telling us how they had the church had camera footage. Now, if you watch and, they see a girl walking and then blah, blah. Well, when you watch the body cam, her aunt is at that church. The cop is at the church. The cop knows, I believe there is video from the church that shows a girl in the parking lot and a car. It's not Stern's car and it's not Maddie, but the police let them believe what they wanted to believe once the aunt thought there was footage because the church told the family, that girl, that yeah, there was a car and a girl, but it was grainy. You couldn't tell who it was. It was too far out. That church sits way back off that road. So you couldn't see who it was, but it was, and you could tell there was a car and a girl. Well, I think police allowed Jennifer and him to run with that when they knew better because they'd already gotten footage of him going the wrong way of where he said he was. They were working fast on this case. So I don't know. Did they do all that just to let them two keep talking, which I think is what they're doing with Jennifer Soto right now?
To lull them into a false sense of security so
Well,
that
they're
they
going
would
to trip up.
talk.
I think that okay, think about this. These cops took their statements immediately when they got the call.
Right.
They know what Jennifer has told them over the past 24 hours now. These different interviews they're going back and conducting, and she's telling them, I was asleep. I woke up when he came in to leash the dog. I didn't see Maddie. I don't think I even heard her. But she goes on the news and says something completely opposite. You don't think them cops weren't watching that going, what the fuck?
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, ma'am?
Just my
Exactly.
opinion. I think that one reporter, I can't think of his name, but I think it was Fox, the Fox reporter. I had to go back and look. They start to run together at the time. But I believe, in my opinion, this is solely my opinion, that law enforcement was like, you got her to talk, go back.
Yeah. I mean, these two were suspect from the beginning just because they were lying. And the cops knew it right away. I mean, they had to know right away. Within that first 24 hours, they knew. So on to come to respond to, that's going to say Kissimmee, Florida, in efforts to retrieve, or no, the address, I'm sorry, Florida, in efforts to retrieve sent articles. So they gathered the articles and provided the clothing to the K9 unit, and they complete a track. Mom, do you know if that was the only dog video we had, or the only camera footage we've seen so far was that one dog, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just
Yeah.
that one hound, his bloodhound. He's the only one
Yeah.
I've seen on
Yeah.
footage. Which that don't mean they don't have more.
Oh, yeah.
But that
I
was
don't.
at the
It
church.
wasn't going to track anything, right? There, she was never at the church, and they're only going to get her from the front door to the car, or where the car was parked anyway. And then we know what they got out there at where she was found. So,
And see, I don't know if there was more than one dog, but if you think about the interview that Jen did, she said, yeah, they've got dogs down there searching the trails, but they're not going to find her there. That was
did
right
she
off
say
rip.
that in one of the interviews?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go make sure we got all her. I think I have their interviews all saved, but I'm gonna make sure this weekend so we can review when we need to. Because I think that, yeah, knowing what we know now or what we're learning. So, okay, this is going to be page 42, guys. Orange County Sheriff's Office, an incident report, um, a general investigation, individual, a person or an individual, not law enforcement officer. Okay. Date of birth 2/22/2011, age 13, white female, Hispanic. She's 5'1", 110 pounds, blonde or strawberry blue eyes. I'm sorry, hair or blue eye and blue eyes. This must have been the information they gathered for Maddie's flyers and stuff, maybe.
Well, they never really put out a flyer.
No, they didn't, did they?
What they did was they put out this like seeking information thing. It was
Yeah,
weird. I've got screenshots of it because it
and
was
this
like she didn't.
Sure.
She got an Amber Alert because the old man got the Amber Alert. I don't get Amber Alerts from here. I get the ones from Daytona for some reason. I don't know. My location says I'm in Orlando, so I don't know why the hell I didn't get it. But he got the Amber Alert, and I just got off work, and he said there's an Amber Alert, and that's when I started making phone calls and sending messages and stuff. And then the very first article, believe it or not, that came out about her was about 2 hours later, and Disney released it because Disney has their own newspaper.
Yeah.
And then Kissimmee put out that it's blue and yellow. I know I have it.
It says victim requirement. Marcy's law required if victim is a person, domestic violence. And it says no. She wasn't at that point. She wasn't a victim of domestic violence. She was a missing child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so this. Same thing. It's a blank incident report. There's nothing on there. Highway, road, and street. There was a location. They gave it a category, and they gave it some numbers, and we don't know what none of that means. So then this one is page 44, and it is a narrative from the Orange County Sheriff's Department. On February 28th, 2024, at approximately 7:38, I, Detective Julio, is that Junco?
Julie Junco.
I'm like Julio.
Julie. Julio.
Julio. Come here, Julio. I like a dude named Julio. I used to know one. That's why Lord, I need to go get. All right, maybe tomorrow morning I should actually call the eye doctor and quit wearing these cheap ass readers I bought. Eye Detective Julie Junco responded to, all redacted, in reference to assisting Detective Maria Tagler with a search warrant at the residence. The above residence was located at the redacted. Below is a synopsis of my involvement in the case. Scene security. When I arrived on scene, Orange County Sheriff's Corporal Kenneth Dale and detective from the Kissimmee Police Department were there securing the scene. I assisted with maintaining security until the OCSO Forensics Unit responded to process the residence. Prior to conducting the search, detectives at the site of the search were notified by detectives at Orange County Sheriff's Office Central Operations Building that there was evidence of sexual abuse towards Maddie at the hands of her stepfather, Stefan Stearns. The evidence was located on Stearns' cellular device. Some of the sexual abuse appeared to have occurred at the address. I feel like we went over this one. Maybe I forgot.
No, we haven't been over this one.
Okay. I think I have. That's what it was. I'm sorry,
okay.
y'all. Again, this is page 44. So when they got there to search the house, they were notified that prior to conducting the search, detectives at the site of the search were notified by the sheriff's office that there was evidence of sexual abuse. So they knew pretty quickly. Even though he reset that phone, they were able to get something back that fast to indicate there was something wrong. You know what I mean? So that's
See,
really good.
that's why old boy didn't take his phone with him the night they reported Maddie missing, because he was afraid, because he was nervous anyway, but he was afraid they'd ask for a picture off of his phone.
Yeah, well, he don't know nothing. He's always in a fog.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I
Mm-mm,
can't remember.
Mama got on tranquilizers to take, so I've stayed
I
in a
don't know
fog.
where I don't know where I was for an hour and
Oh
20 minutes of
God,
my day.
he better not blame it on his damn Ativan. I'd go whip his ass if he tried. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud. He better not try blaming it on his medication. Well, you know what? You're in Florida. Good luck with that, buddy. Contact with redacted victim's aunt, and okay, that's going to be her aunt and her grandmother. So they made contact with those two.
That's
At
her
approx
grandfather.
grandfather and the
Hmm.
aunt. Now the grandfather did live with them at one point, but from what I have gathered and read through not in the usual streets, but from what I do know, Jennifer and Maddie lived with the grandfather, or he lived with them. And then after she met Stearns and began their relationship, the grandfather moved away. He moved out. Like, I don't know the circumstances behind it, but that's when they stopped living together. Okay, so, and Maddie was very close to her grandfather. At approximately 9:54 hours, redacted approached detectives at the scene. So I'm assuming the aunt and the grandfather approached the detectives. I spoke with them, and at a portion of our conversation was audio recorded by Detective Matthew Ching. Below is a synopsis of the conversation. There was a recording of them with the aunt and the grandpa. I got to get my hands on that. Hold on. We can get it. Let me write this down. I would be curious to know what their real thoughts on this dude was. I'm sure there's statements in here somewhere we're going to get to. Okay. At approximately 9:54 hours, okay, I told y'all that part. Okay, we're going to go on to this says page. Now this one's okay, 45, 46, 45. Requested an update and said detectives had already interviewed them. They did not have additional information to provide that was not already known. So they'd already been interviewed by police, but then they approached the other police because they're trying to find out what's going on. Okay. They were visibly emotional and appeared concerned for Maddie's well-being. Aunt, I'm assuming that says aunt, said she did not believe Maddie ran away because redacted, she did not believe Maddie would do that. They described Maddie's birthday recent celebration and did not know of any reason why Maddie would be upset. I'm sorry, I was looking at chat if anybody had any questions. Kimber, if anybody has any questions or you notice any, let me know and I'll stop. Are you with us?
I'm here.
You're not
I'm
with-
looking.
Is Kimber still awake? Testing for Kimber.
Kimber's awake. Kimber's awake.
Okay. To their knowledge, Maddie had not been in communication with any other family members since she'd been reported missing. Execution of search warrant. Okay, this is where they go into that room 4. And the room 4 upstairs where Jen sent them to go to sleep, apparently it literally has a number 4 on the bedroom door. So I'm assuming it was like a whole roommate setup situation. And from what we're gathering from these documents, that makeshift bedroom in the living room that was already spoke of in these documents, where there was a bed and a TV area and a dresser, that was Maddie's area. And she already told her friend she didn't like when Stefan came over because he hung out in the living room. That was her area. So with that in mind, she's sent off to room 4 to go to bed.
Mom, do we know if there's anybody else involved, any other guy? You know how because I know they do these, like, I hate to use this as a example, but I know pedophiles trade these pictures like baseball cards. So my question
Not
is, be asked, do they know if there's any other guys involved? You know, are they doing an investigation to see if where the pictures went, if they were sent out?
so whenever they do any kind of press conference or anything, the DA he hardly won't say nothing at all. He hardly will not say. His main response is, "I cannot respond. It's a fluid investigation. I cannot respond. It's an open investigation." So
So they are doing further investigation.
they
but
are
don't-
working on her case. Just the last presser that we had, when they came out and said that they were going to seek the DP on him, not the one, the very last one that we had with the I can't think of her name, the little blonde sheriff, Kissimmee.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. She's cute as a button.
She's tiny too, ain't she? But
Yeah,
I bet she's a firecracker. Anyway,
I bet she's
he hardly won't answer no questions. Like, a reporter can ask the question, he's like, "It's fluid investigation. I can't speak on that."
Yeah, I've heard him say that. I wonder if it's because they don't want to tip, if they're trying to bust a ring.
That's what I was going to say.
They don't
Down
want to tip anybody off.
An
Down here,
investigation
they
like
pride
this,
themselves on rings.
yeah, an investigation like this, as deep as I think it's probably going to go, you don't want to stop with just one or two people. You
No,
want to
that-
try to take down a network if you can.
Yeah, that's what
And
I told her.
it would be lengthy investigation.
Oh yeah,
Like a lengthy investigation, and there's no telling where this will lead. Because, I mean, I understand a lot of serial killers keep mementos and da 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 da. I'm sure these types do too. But the amount he had and the access he had, and what I think we're going to find later in these documents that was in this bedroom, and the fact that he was on Telegram at 11:49 that very night, and and Jennifer sent him and Maddie to bed at 11. 49 minutes later, he's uploading, or he is on Telegram. That's a
Yep.
haven for people like him. What was he doing? Was he sharing images? Was he live? Can you live stream on that shit? I got to figure that out, because I hope they take, I don't care, investigate FDLE. If you're listening, thank you. Take them down, because I got a feeling it's going to be way worse. And in a way, I hope it is, because it will lead to taking down some of these bastards that need to be taken down. Period. I don't
Right,
have
and-
no sympathy for these people. I will not ever excuse my behavior towards these people, because we are all adults here. Most of us are mothers. And if we can't handle the way I feel about this guy, I will not apologize for it.
Well, and I don't think they will give him a deal, because
No
they
deal.
just enacted this, and I do not think there won't be a deal, because they will make him. They will
Hang
make-
on. A digital footprint. They don't need Stearns to turn on nobody. That digital footprint is all they need. All these IP addresses, anything he was sharing anything with, they're going to know that's what's going to matter. All that digital forensic, see that CSAM? That shit we don't play. That will get that's a lot of that. I mean, sexual abuse material. It's taken this country way too long to understand what the internet unfortunately did to children, and how far reaching and quickly these people can assimilate together on the dark web and do their bidding and exchange stuff y'all would not believe they exchange between each other of
And
children.
And this is gonna be like, not just the United States. This will go into other countries as well.
I'm
And-
worried about the U.S. first, so I'm saying Florida, take these bastards down, because
Yeah,
this is.
I'm worried about the
This
U.S.
is why I
first.
got mad today, because not at you, Kimber. This has nothing to do with you. I'm so sorry,
No,
honey.
no,
I
I
don't
know,
take over
but
what
it's
you're
got-
saying.
But they
yeah,
have to take. But they have to take them all down. They got to take the ones here down, and they got to take the ones there down, because the
Yeah.
ones there down send them here. So,
They don't.
it's
Yeah, they just don't need Stearns to help them get to the
no,
others.
they don't need Stearns. And they're going to
Mm-mm.
make an example out of Stearns. Stearns is going to be the example. He's going to be he's going to be the example. They're going to send him to
Well, yeah. And if there was somebody else involved, their job then was to do damage control. So why not sit back and watch them and collect more on what we need?
but they're going to make an example out of Stearns. So Stearns is going to be the example. And he's
Okay.
going to,
Room 4, page 46, execution of search warrants. At approximately 11:30, I assisted with searching a room in the residence on the second floor identified by a chrome number 4 on the outside of the door. Inside the room, I located a black backpack which had one orange bottle of So Low lotion in it. I had to look over and make sure our warning was up, people. Sorry. The back of the bottle identified the product as masturbation cream. I photographed the item, pointed it out to crime scene investigator Shay Janake, I think that's how you pronounce it, and she collected it. Maddie's designated space, or does that say Jennifer's? Somebody's redacted's designated space. Okay. At 11:50, Detective Matthew Chang, and I made contact with Detective Tagler and Detective Kyle Cole via the phone. Via a video call, they showed us digital photographs of presumably Stearns sexually abusing Maddie. The purpose of viewing the sexual abuse material, the CSAM, via a video phone call was to ensure the correct evidence was collected and preserved to the best of our abilities. We examined the clothing worn by Maddie and Stearns, along with surrounding items such as sheets, blankets, and other articles of clothing. We were able to identify some of the items seen in photographs in a downstairs area that was previously described to be by detectives as Redacted's room. The space appeared to be in the living room. See, that's Maddie's space. The apartment turned into a bedroom with a folding room divider between the bedroom space and the kitchen dining room. So this 12, 13-year-old girl had no privacy. This area was located on the far right of the apartment's first floor when you enter the front door of the room. So let's review Maddie's space. Why was she upstairs in room 4? The space appeared to be the living room of the apartment turned into a bedroom with a folding room divider between the bedroom space and the kitchen dining room area. This area was located on the far right side of the apartment first floor when you enter the front door. The items we located were documented and collected by CSI. We're still on page 46. Contact with Ray Ortiz. At the conclusion of the search, I made contact with Corporal Avila via the phone. Corporal Avila notified me that the front office staff of the complex had been working on providing a video surveillance from the complex. An unknown staff member stated that the process to provide the video was going to take approximately 6 hours due to how it had to be viewed and downloaded from the system. At approximately 13:45, which would be 1:45, I know something. I made contact with Redacted, who identified himself as the operations manager for security. I provided him with my direct agency phone number and requested he notify me immediately when the video was ready to be collected. I did not hear back from him, but later found out that he had been in communication with the other OCSO detectives from the OCSO's general operation. After speaking with him, I went to the operations building. While there, I maintained security outside of an interview room where Stearns was located and was waiting to be interviewed. KPD detectives interviewed Stearns and I monitored a portion of the interview electronically from a room nearby. At the conclusion of the interview, I assisted KBT detectives with collection of photographs, clothing, and DNA evidence from Stern's person based on a signed warrant that they had. I located a black freckle mark on Stern's male part that was visible in some of the photographs and videos while examining the photographs and videos of Stearns. Remember, they said it had specific markings. Videos of Stearns sexually abusing Maddie. In the photograph used to compare the marks, this is going to be page, it's still showing that 47. The mark, Stearns is wearing a red and white Deadpool shirt, which was seen in multiple photographs where Maddie was being sexually abused. CSI Ivory Smith collected the evidence. This collection was conducted on the same audio and video recording as Stearns' interview. At some point while Stearns was in the interview room, I took a vape pen from him when I discarded it in the trash at KBD's direction. Evidence examination. He liked his vape, huh? Evidence examination. I bet that broke his heart when they took his vape and threw it in the garbage. He probably cried. Evidence examination. At one point, while examining the photographs of Maddie being sexually abused to ensure all potential evidence was collected, I located a photograph of Stearns with his face visible and his tongue presumably on Maddie. The photograph was titled, and it has a JPEG number, okay, and was found in an album full of photographs of child sexual abuse material of Maddie. So he had his face on there, so no denying that. You can deny, Jennifer can deny she didn't recognize that penis, and she probably didn't, because she probably wasn't getting it. So, bitch, I'm sorry. Oh my God, Sam, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh,
You're a lot milder than I am.
Lord.
I be getting riled up over there talking about her. I'm completely out of my religion.
Thank
No,
you, Mom.
ma'am.
I swear it ain't pretty, is it? Man, if y'all could have heard me talking to Kimber earlier, I was like, Kimber, oh my God, don't let me do this on a live. Just reel me in when I go on that ledge. I'll jump off and I'll freaking just dive right in. Oh, I'll free fall. Anyway, I'll try
I'm
to
gonna
keep
have to hold my composure when this trial starts.
right. I know, Mom, me and you both. I'll be praying for you if you're down there. I'll be like, please don't let Mom get kicked out of the courtroom today.
Dude,
Please
my
don't
bail
let.
bondsman friend died too, so I have to
shit.
not act like an ass.
I'm in Florida. Just give me the numbers and everything so I can do what I got to do when you get arrested. But don't. We need you in the courtroom.
I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna tell you.
To see this through to the end. Don't get thrown out. It would be so hard looking at them black beady ass eyes. They better not let him to get away with sitting in his jail cell the way Adam Montgomery got away with it.
No, my understanding is the way that the judge has got it written is he has to sit in that courtroom.
Good. He should be made to sit there and face a jury of his peers. Isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah, because
Face
like
a
I said,
jury
with
of
him
peers.
being the first one to get the DP for these charges since the law was passed, they're going to make everybody see, look, this is what we're going to do to you. We're going to humiliate you in front of your whole family and the nation if we can.
And then we're
Exactly.
going to kill you.
Because I honestly think that Court TV is going to be in that courtroom. I guarantee
yeah.
either Court TV or News Nation, one of the two. And I'm weighing towards Court TV being in there.
Me too. I think Vinny's all over this case. Vinny does stuff. I've been in many lives that Vinny's done all, not Court TV stuff, but Vinny's live itself.
Right.
He began right off the bat with this, and he died because it's so funny because the Vinny I get on Vinny's lives is different from the Vinny I get on Court TV, and I love it. And
No,
I've always
we
been
might
a
see
fan
Brian
of
too.
I take him back to CNN days, back in the people don't know him from back in the old CNN HLN's what I'm talking about. and I don't fucking care about the news people, but HLN back in the day when Nancy Grace was at her heyday and Vinny was out there, you know what I mean? They did a lot of really good coverage. So I like Vinny from way back.
And Brian Eaton, he lives here in Florida, so
Yeah,
I
he's
would
a
not be
Mm-hmm.
I would not be past seeing him either.
No, exactly. I think we'll get some good coverage of it.
I'm gonna get another book.
Yeah, because I want to see it too, Mom. I want to watch it. I hope that it is aired on Court TV because I will absolutely watch it. And there will be sensitive things, but as in with Gannon's case, they will not be showing you those sensitive things. Only the poor
No.
jurors have to be the ones to see that, and that as it should be. But we'll all get to see his damn face. At least we're not in
Mhm.
Indiana where the judge is going to say, "Oh no, you can't have no cameras. You can't have nothing."
No, I bet cameras is in the courtroom because even
Oh yes, Florida
even him
cameras
not
is in
showing.
there. We ain't
Mhm.
got Judge Gold, thank God. Oh man, I'd have to.
Mm-mm.
We got Florida judges over here, lady. We finna have cameras everywhere. All right, your non-camera ass. Don't get me. I'm sorry, I got myself started on Judge Gold. I can't.
She all fired
All
up
right.
tonight, y'all.
Yes, I am. I've been fired up all day because of some shit I heard earlier, and it's just got me in a mood, and I've got me feeling some kind of way, and I'm trying to keep that way down, but I'm way down south, and sometimes I can't help myself. My mama comes flowing through me, and boy, we would tell everybody off. Okay, especially when it comes to the babies. Don't mess with don't mess with this victim. Like I said, I really have done all I could do to protect the Idaho 4 victims because I saw what was happening to them, and then I see what's happening to Sebastian at the hands of adults who only care about drama, and it's sad. And don't come over here and do it in Maddie's case because we damn well don't need it. The
No.
adults have this.
Well, Sebastian derailed. Like I said, Sebastian derailed the first week, and once it derailed, there wasn't no bringing it back.
It's hard to bring them back when they get gone. That's like Idaho. That's why I only care about to talk about that case as factual as I can keep it out of documents and respect those victims in the meantime. Because some things that were said about two of the girls over there was said about Maddie, and I'm like, what the? It's none of your business. Some of this stuff is none of our business. This stuff ain't our business, but it's important for people to know this is what happens, and it is what it is, and just share it. But when you go sharing stuff outside of what's necessary to share, I don't know. I just don't know. There's enough. There's a whole big conspiracy here that's legitimate that you could talk about that you don't got to add to it. I just don't get it. So anyway, evidence examination. At one point, while examining the photographs of Maddie being abused to ensure all potential evidence was collected, I located and photographed Stearns. Okay, we read that part. So waste management information. Now, Florida, Mom, we have waste management here. That's the garbage people, right? Y'all have waste management out there? I don't know if Mom can hear me. Anyway, waste management information. On February 29, 2024, Corporal Avila requested I gathered information on the trash collection. Okay, yeah, it is. So waste management does all through Florida, I guess. I didn't know that. Trash collection procedures at the complex Stearns and Jennifer lived in. At approximately 1000 hours, I made contact with WM by calling. Okay. I spoke with Cree, who was unable to access the information for the requested address. Cree transferred me to Ray from the Florida Area Waste Management Commercial Department. He said Waste Management collected the compactors from Redacted, which would be their address. The trash would be taken to Orlando Transfer Station, serviced by Waste Management Orlando. Okay, so they go on to, I guess they're going there. Waste Management has residential hauler. All right, let's get on down to it. He could not provide a phone number. Okay, so they're talking about getting in touch with the people who are at the Waste Management. Emergency Response Team Command Post. Now, this is page 48. Kimber, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What can you see that? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee real quick. Emergency Response Team Command Post. You want to read that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be right back.
On March 1st, 2024, at approximately 9:22 a.m., Corporal Avila asked me to respond to 9400 South Park Center Loop, Orlando, Florida, in reference to a meeting with OCSO's ERT team. While there, I was the liaison between ERT and the Criminal Investigation Division, CID. At approximately 12:40 p.m., I was notified ERT located large bones in the wooded area. I notified Corporal Avila, who was with Corporal Alexander Richards from OSCO's homicide unit. Corporal Richards instructed me to contact the medical examiner's office to show them the bones in order to determine if they were from a human. I collected photographs of the bones and sent them to the ME. Per Dr. Zytowiz, they are non-human. The ME stated the bones still needed to be collected and submitted to them. At approximately 1:02 p.m., I contacted OCSO's forensics and spoke with them, CPI Janix, who responded out to collect the bones. I documented this under OCSO's case number 20. There's the case number. ERT units located a camera at that address. I sent this information to Corporal Avila and requested he have a unit respond to check the cameras. OSCO's Violent Crime Squad located video footage of Stern's vehicle at the above address and were then able to trace him to other nearby locations where I was told Stearns had been moving from the front seat of his vehicle to the trunk. ERT located a pair of underwear and a dress in the same wooded area the bones were located, but further south. CSI Janix collected both items. On March 1st, 2024, OCSO received confirmation has been located deceased in Osceola County. This concluded my involvement with this investigation. So March 1st would have been when they found Maddie in Osceola County.
Y'all still here?
Salty with
Okay.
coffee.
All right. I had to deal with the dog. Deal with the dog. Who we got in here? Tomboy Charm done come in. We got Butterfly, Doodlebug, B, Music City Mom was in here. We had Wisdom, Captain Jinx. Who else?
Yeah,
we got?
I figured out how to see too. I figured on my laptop I can see participants.
Can you?
Yes, I
thought
can.
we
There's
had somebody else.
I know, but you when you can see who's in chat, those three little buttons, those three little dots. If you click on that and you're on your laptop where it says live chat, it says participants.
You can pop the chat out too and lay it over your
I know.
StreamYard.
I saw that.
Isn't that neat?
I was like, whoa, how about that? I was all Forrest Gumping.
What?
I was
You did-
Forrest Gumping.
Did you run?
Oh, hold on, hang on. Butterfly.
I'm like,
Hold on,
God,
Butterfly.
so I could fly.
I collect the evidence. Give me just 1 second.
What?
Hold on. Above. Did I say there was a drug? Give me 1 second. Did I say?
Talking about she's confusing me, y'all. I'm messing
what?
with Kimber.
Oh, hold on. No, they located a pair of underwear and a dress in the same wooded area the bones were located in. They had found some bones that were non-human, so that's where they found a dress and some underwear in the same wooded area that the bones were found in, but further south. But they collected both. Then they collected both items, and then on March 1st, 2024, OSCO received confirmation that Maddie had been located deceased in Osceola County, and that concluded my involvement with this investigation. Well, not mine, but
Okay,
this
so
person's.
it says this is part of that response team.
I just read all that.
Okay. Says there, but anybody have any questions? All right. So we read that page.
Mm-hmm. Butterfly's taking her notes. I had to go back. Was there any docs that says Maddie was being medicated? Haven't seen any captain yet.
They're going to be coming up. We don't know what is in there or what it was, but I think there was some medications.
You're welcome, Butterfly.
Orange County Incident, Sex Crime Squad, approving officer Kenneth Dale. Okay, so this is a case number thing, an incident report. To the squad, another same thing. This is a supplemental incident report narrative, and this comes on February 28th. Now, the 26th is when Maddie went missing. So, on February 28th, 2024, at approximately 1940 hours, I Deputy Vasquez, spoke contact with a caller. I guess I meant to say made contact with a caller who stated she may have seen a missing juvenile on the 26th, on Monday the 26th. My investigation revealed on February 28th at approximately 1940, I, Deputy Vasquez, spoke with a caller who stated she may have seen the missing juvenile. Sorry, my headset was trying to slip off. On Monday the 26th, the female caller, I'm not going to say her name, stated on February 26, 2024 at approximately 13:30 hours, she was driving on Hunters Creek Boulevard and noticed a young girl crossing the street. She stated the young female was wearing a green hoodie and carrying a backpack in one hand and a plastic bag in the other. Maria was unsure the color of pants that the female was wearing and said it might be a white or black, maybe white or black. She also stated the girl was walking towards Orange Blossom Trail. She stated she remembered it was by an old golf course that was in the area. She stated the female was alone when she noticed her crossing the street. She was driving by when she saw the female. She was unsure if it was positively her, but wanted to share the information that it just came to mind. Sex Crimes was notified and will be routed to Sex Crimes for further investigation. So that was a tip that came in. And that tip was reported and checked out. You know what I mean? So that's thorough. And that's how they can rule out that was Maddie. You know what I mean? So those tips matter. Another Canine Squad incident report summary. Another supplemental report. This is page 55. Sorry, y'all, I was doing something. Okay. On February 28th at approximately 19:35 hours, I, Deputy First Class Renee Davila, was contacted by Corporal Richards from the homicide unit. Corporal Richards requested assistance with utilizing my canine partner, Canine Archer, to conduct a sweep of two vehicles for human remains due to the fact that Canine Archer is trained in human remains detection. I responded to the southern fenced-in parking lot of the Orange County Sheriff's Office, located on Colonial Drive. At 20:05 hours, I conducted a sweep of the first vehicle, which was a 2010 silver Lincoln. That would have been Stefan's car. Archer did not give a final alert to the 2010 silver Lincoln. At 22:10 hours, I then conducted a sweep of a 2022 Nissan sedan. That's Jennifer's. Upon conducting the sweep, Canine Archer showed a change in behavior, then gave a final alert by the rear passenger wheel well. That's super interesting. Hold up. I gotta soak that in a minute. I conducted a sweep of the first vehicle, which was the 2010 silver Lincoln. Mom, that is Stefan's, right? Right, Kimber?
Yes, that's Stefan's.
Yep.
Archer did not give a final alert to the silver Lincoln. I conducted the sweep of the 2022 Nissan sedan. And the dog got a hit on that. Archer showed a change in behavior, then gave a final alert by the rear passenger wheel. Now, the video they have of him riding around with Maddie, though, came from him being in the silver Lincoln, though.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Super fucking confusing. Okay. Maybe because the last live scent was from Jennifer's car, not his. Hold on.
He's a cadaver. Archer's a cadaver dog.
That's right, he was, wasn't he?
Archer's a cadaver dog.
Not a scent detection only.
He's not a sniffer. He's a cadaver.
Yeah, be right back to where I was. What the hell? I'll have to get these investigators to intrigue me, man. Okay. Like, I want to be like y'all. Incident report. Missing person, all redacted right there. USB of redacted surveillance. So this is a USB drive of some surveillance they have.
Wasn't Jen's? B says, wasn't Jen supposed to be gone?
Gone? What now? Gone from where?
B asked, wasn't Jen supposed to be gone? Let me ask her.
Gone when, hun? That morning, that night, or?
Gone when, B? That morning, that night? That morning that Maddie, are you talking about the morning she went missing, B?
According to these documents, Jennifer's statement is that she was at home the night before and she was asleep that morning when Maddie and Stefan left to go to school. She woke up because he came into the room to get the puppies and he left to take Maddie to school. So Jennifer was at home that morning and she never saw Maddie, and she don't even know if that was her daughter's voice she heard in the kitchen when she heard people talking. So as far as Jennifer is concerned, she never laid eyes or heard her daughter, eyes on her daughter or heard her daughter that morning.
Captain James asked
about that is a lie.
Captain James asked OPRA request to obtain these records.
What? What does that mean? Oprah request to obtain these records? Oprah who? You mean Oprah? I don't know what that means. Oprah Winfrey wants the records. I'm sorry, Captain Jenks. I don't mean to laugh. I don't know what that really means.
Can you explain in a little bit more detail, Captain?
So this is the incident report On February 28, 2024, Detective Fisher responded to redacted. I'm not sure, B, what they're saying yet. As far as we know, from what we've seen in the documents so far, he transported Maddie in his vehicle. So I'm not sure what that's about yet. But I think we'll get there as we get into the documents. And from what I understand, some of these are a little out of order coming up. So I don't know.
Oh,
We may have to put it.
Captain
What?
asked if the documents were free to the public.
Well, they are supposed to be. You can go into the case files, but you don't see all of this for some reason. And I don't know, but under Florida Sunshine Laws, it all has been released. I know there's FOIA requests you can do. That's what most of us are doing and had to do to get them. I know everything had to be done that way. So there was FOIA requests put in for all of these documents, and that's how I obtained my copy. I was able to get them. So you have to go to, what is it, Osceola County, Mom, Clerk of Court, I think, and you can do your request there.
Osceola Circuit Clerk, I think, the Circuit Clerk. As many
Circuit
times as I've looked at that website, I ought to be able to recite it.
It's the Clerk of Courts. You have
The
to go to
Clerk
the
of Courts. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
the
it
Clerk
is.
of Courts, and it's for Osceola County. I can't recall his name right now. It's the guy who oversees it, but that's where you would have to go and do your request. So I got these through some people who got immediate request, and that's how I obtained them. Now let's see. Are we back at this one, the beginning of it? They responded to the address for the purposes of they responded to redacted for the purpose of distributing missing persons flyers and reviewing video at the complex. I guess that is the home there. And they were going to distribute flyers throughout the complex and review for video footage to look for relative content. Upon arriving at the complex, I passed out the flyers to the following address. All that's redacted. It has a unit number there and stuff like that. I then went to the office to review video. And this is what they observed on the video. So this is page 58. And on February 26, 2024 at 7:35, videos that captured the trash compactor on the property show a male determined to be Stefan wearing a red t-shirt and dark colored hat, worn backwards, arrived in a silver Lincoln sedan. Stearns threw a white trash bag filled with items inside the trash compactor before pulling away. A female believed to be redacted is visible in the front passenger seat. Her head is visible, tilted on her left shoulder, and her mouth was wide open, and she was seat belted in. So at 7:35, they got him at the dumpster, the trash compactor, throwing away a white trash bag filled with items. I wonder, is that when he was throwing away the school laptop? You know what I mean? They said he threw that stuff into the dumpster at the apartments. So that stuff was probably in there. So at 7:35, we know Maddie was already gone at that point. There was no turning back, dude. That must have been the first stop leaving the complex that morning, going straight to that location where the compactor. I'm going to have to look at the map, pull up this complex, see if I can locate where this little trash area is as compared to where their apartment is. This dude's done got me. At 8:19, the Lincoln sedan appears at the front gate where the driver interacted with the security guard before being allowed to enter the gate at the front of the complex. So he's sitting there interacting with the guard for a second, and that guard don't even realize that Maddie's deceased over there. Like, I guess she appears to be sleeping, like he says. He probably even said, "Oh, she's sleeping." Additional video collected from near the rental office, which captured the roundabout, showed the female believed to be her in the in the same position as the previous video at 7:36. At 8:31 hours, the silver Lincoln exited the back gate. The video captured the female in the same position as the other videos, still in the front seat. Now remember, we read when he was in the parking garage and decided to put her in the trunk. Due to the difficulties with the wireless cameras at the rear of the complex, I was not able to obtain further video of the vehicle entering or exiting the back gate. Reviewing the front gate video, I did not observe the silver Lincoln come, it says cake, but I'm assuming it says take, through the front gate between 8:30 and 16:40 hours. At 16:35, was at 2:35, multiple cameras captured Stearns driving to the trash compactor in the silver sedan. So he's going back to the compactor again. Stearns is wearing what appears to be a blue shirt and dark-colored hat worn backwards. Stearns walked to the compactor, opened the door, and returned to his vehicle. Stearns removed a damaged tire, what appeared to be the tire tread of the tire with no walls. Stearns threw the tire into the compactor. He must have had a blowout. I submitted video which I captured on the cell phone, which would explain those pieces. You had a fucking blowout. Jesus works in mysterious ways, don't he? I submitted video which captured on sale to evidence.com. Too bad that car didn't flip when he had that blowout. But his little weenie car, he probably wasn't going that fast to start with. Whatever. AI videos were exported to a USB, which I will be providing to the Kissimmee Police Department to continue the investigation. I also collected visitor logs from the complex on the 26th. I completed a business certification record of the video and the video logs. Okay. Another incident report. Same. A supplemental report. This is 61, page 61. Anybody have any? Yeah, yeah, Captain, you can get the Florida records are pretty easy to obtain. You just got to go ask for them. Like I've said, I'm giving out the page numbers to these. There's so many of them. I'm just not going to put them all, out there because it'd take me forever. But I'm trying to name the pages we're reading, and if there's something specific someone wants, they can let us know, and I'll make a note of it, and I'll post it to the community tab, and it can be taken from there, saved to your phone, your device, whatever you're using. Y'all can screenshot them, whatever, but just be respectful with the documents, because we're talking about a 13-year-old girl, you know what I mean? And I know you guys will be, because everybody in here has been so respectful, and I appreciate you guys being that way. We have a small audience, but the ones who are here for the right reason, and we know what we're doing, and we want to honor Maddie, at the same time, make sure people like this completely understand we're not going to do this. We're tired of it. And we want to draw the red flags. If you see something like this going down, you may not ever think that's happening, but maybe you'll see or hear something that makes you think. I don't know. So. All right. On February 26, 2024, the Orange County Sheriff's Office was made aware of a missing juvenile. The juvenile was reported to last have been seen at their address within Orange County, Florida. Deputy Joseph responded to and met with reporters. Stefan Michael Stern, people who were reporting it. This is when they met with them. Remember, we saw the body cam at the grandma's office. Is that what this is? Or maybe it's a different time. So they met with them. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. So. They're back at the apartments now. Okay. Yes. Detective Rembus Lieria. I was informed of the incident and responded to assist the investigation. I first located the neighborhood dumpster, which was behind the basketball courts. The dumpster had a trash compacting function that did not allow for me to see its contents other than the couple of bags that were yet to be compacted. I observed several cameras in the area that pointed at the dumpster. Then I assisted with a door-to-door canvass of the missing juvenile flyer distribution at the following addresses. So they go through the complex distributing Maddie's flyer on the same day she disappeared. So that's fast, Thank goodness. At Redacted, I made contact with Barbara and Gerald, with Mr. and Miss, man and woman here, and interviewed them. I later returned to the residence and conducted a consensual audio recorded sworn interview. I uploaded the records review into evidence via Axon. The following, Axon's a system they use here in Florida to upload their stuff. The following is a summary of those interviews. Mr. and Mrs. have spent their winters and springs at the complex. They're snowbirds. That's what they are here in Florida, folks. When they do that, they're called snowbirds, and they're very common, and they're all over South Florida. Aren't they, Mom? Is Mom come check on dogs?
And they drive worse than the locals.
Yes, they do.
Way
I've been
worse.
there and seen them snowbirds a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We'll live there a couple of years.
We love our snowbirds, but
I'm telling you, you'd rather be downtown. I love them, but you'd rather be downtown Orlando than you would drive whenever snowbird season comes through.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the beaches are, well, no, the beaches during snowbird season are better than when it's tourist season, I have to say.
Yeah, because normally
so
they just walk the beach.
Yeah, they're just quiet and they hang out and chill and enjoy that warm weather because it's freezing to death back at their place. And I don't blame them.
Mhm.
But there's some summertime people that come for all that tourism that I'll stay home. Anyway, plus my beaches and my sunsets are much prettier in the winter. I'll walk that beach in a heartbeat in the winter. I've sat out there on very cold nights with a thermos of coffee. I ain't playing. Anyway, fun times. I have spent their winters and springs at the complex for the past 8 years. They must have owned a condo there. They knew Maddie's grandfather resided with Maddie and her mother for many years and helped raise Maddie. So the grandfather did live with Jen and Maddie for years, and he helped her raise Maddie. A few years ago, Grandpa moved out, and Redacted married Redacted's stepfather, Stefan. And Jennifer married Maddie's stepfather, Stefan.
They're not married. No, are you sure that says Stefan? Is it redacted?
It is redacted, but look, there's an S at the end. So, okay. A few years ago, that Redacted moved out. That's going to be the grandpa's name, whatever that was. So Redacted moved out, and Redacted married Redacted stepfather, Stefan.
They wasn't married, though, because Jen was married to another man whenever her and Stefan got together.
Well, when they got together, I know, but I didn't think they were married. But this,
Mm-mm.
I don't know if this is something they thought.
They must have thought that, but no, they wasn't married.
I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Snowbird, they must have thought that they were married.
Probably because she called, whenever Jen talked to him, she probably said, "Oh, yeah, Maddie and her stepdad."
Well, yeah, because anyway, when Stefan and Jennifer got together, I'm assuming moved in together, that's when Grandpa moved out. Regardless if they're married or not, Grandpa moved out when Jennifer and Stefan got together and moved in. Mr. and Mrs. Snowbird believed Stefan worked out of town because they arrived at the complex in December of 2023, and they had not seen until approximately a week later. Mr. and Mrs. were unsure what kind of vehicle he drove, but they had seen him a couple of days back going into a redacted white vehicle that describes Stefan as tall white male with a full beard that usually wears a baseball cap backwards. According to Mr. and Mrs. Redacted never walked home or to or from school. Redacted drove her to and from every day. However, they did not remember seeing her return from school on Monday or Tuesday. They believe the last time they saw her was Saturday or Sunday when she was walking the family dog, which caught their eye because usually Redacted walked the dog. So somebody else normally walked the dog, but on this day, Saturday or Sunday, Maddie walked the dog. And that's the last time the neighbors put eyes on Maddie. So another incident report on Monday night. Mrs. looked through her window and observed 3 people at Redacted's door. One of them was an adult male, one an adult female, and one was unsure. And she was unsure about the third one. She saw one of them hi someone. It caught her eye because the family does not have many visitors. Mr. and Mrs. described Maddie as a sweet girl, adored by her grandfather. They added that she was a homebody and very polite. At the conclusion of the area canvass, I responded to the clubhouse, where I met with detectives and reviewed surveillance video from the dumpster areas and the front gates, to include a video of which security guard made contact with Stefan in the morning of the incident. The security guard was later identified, was contacted, and he responded to the clubhouse, where he was interviewed by Detective Kyle. I was present during the interview. Okay, so
see, that makes sense. See, that's part of it. They didn't have a lot of company over, so Maddie didn't have any friends over because
people at the door, what they want.
They would have found they didn't want people. They didn't want people over because they didn't want anybody to find out.
Well, I don't know what visitors. I don't have people over. But I'm saying this lady says she observed 3 people at the door. One of them was an adult white male, one adult female, and one she was unsure about the third one. She saw one of them hi someone. I'm assuming like hi to somebody, and it caught the neighbor's eye because the family does not have any visitors. But doesn't elaborate. Did they go inside? Did they leave? What the hell did they do? Who were they? Interesting. I'm sure the police have talked to them. I damn sure would have. Like, who the hell are you? Okay. Apparently they did. Hold on. What is this? Let me go back. Okay, this is the assignment to the squad. This is an incident report for somebody out of New York, and he's Hispanic. Victim 1. Was that one of the people at the door? I'm going to have to dig deep into that. On February 28, 2024, this is page 65, and it's another supplemental report. On February 28, 2024, I responded to Redacted and assisted with the investigation of Maddie's disappearance. Upon arrival, I assisted with canvassing the area for video and handing out flyers to the residents. While on scene, it was determined the community trash compactor had not been picked up since her disappearance. I located the compactor in the community to establish custody of it until Waste Management arrived for their regular pickup. I then followed the trash compactor to the location where it was emptied. Contact was made. We know all this. We read that a little bit earlier. Y'all remember how they was talking to Waste Management and had the a warrant to go through there and everything. So that's what this is. So they got the forensic unit responded to the location, was able to locate the intact tire tread. Well, blam. Thank you, Jesus. Give me some good tire tread. Which they advised the tread pattern matched the rear passenger tire of Stefan's vehicle. Imagine that. I need to... Lord, what page are we on right here? I got to screenshot that. 65. because I am so hoping for a match in another case I have been following due to tire impressions. Don't even tire impressions, here I come. All right. Is that what's going to bust you in the end? Oh, that's a good video. Anyway, I'm sorry I got sidetracked, y'all. Never mind. I should sip some more of this coffee or some Mountain Dew or some shit like I need it. So, the forensics, they got the tire. Okay.
They also found Maddie's black backpack in there with the purple Hawaiian print and a white croc. Inside the backpack, CSI's located an Orange County Public School computer with her name on it. And that based on that, it belonged to her. So they found all of that in there.
So the orange, yeah, they got I located the compactor, and that's when I got sidetracked on the tire shit.
That's
They provided
right
a
below.
separate area for the compactor to be emptied, and then when they got the video or provided approximate date that Stefan was seen throwing the tire in. So they got that too, and they put everything together, and then they were able to provide an approximate location the tire would be located in the compactor and all that. So then the forensics responded to the location and was able to find the intact tire, which they advised the tread pattern matched the rear vehicle tire. In close proximity to the tire, they located the white trash bag. That's where they found the black. That's okay. So when he threw that, remember he threw the white trash the bag out earlier, and that what was in it was the black backpack and her Hawaiian with the Hawaiian print on it, and her one crock. Remember, she had one crock on when she was found, or there was one in the bedroom, right? Yeah, there was one at the house and one missing, and it's right there. And inside the backpack was her school tablet. It was determined the backpack and its contents belonged to Maddie. The forensic unit collected the tire, the backpack, and the crock. Remember, because we were trying to figure, why would there be one crock in the house, and why would she have one crock on? Did it fall off while she was being carried out? Is what I think happened, because it don't make any other sense. Crocs don't stay on that great if you can't physically keep them on because you're, so. Theory only, people. I have no clue what really for sure. Just a theory. The Orange County Sheriff's Office forensic unit responded to the location and was able to locate the intact tire tread, which they advised. I already read that, sorry. Detectives provided photos of the surveillance video showing him throwing a similar looking trash bag into the compactor on the 26th at 7:30. So it was 7:30 when he threw all that away. Remember? From earlier, we knew that. Okay. Page 66 is just another redacted incident, or same thing here. Another, supplemental, page 68. While conducting a canvass in the area of Gateway Avenue and Gifford Boulevard in Orlando, Orange County Sheriff's Office Detective Christina Shaw and I discovered a gray graphic tank top near the bank of a retention pond that was located approximately 50 feet east of the aforementioned intersection. This shirt was approximately 10 to 15 feet west of the bank of the retention pond. The graphic shirt was photographed and later placed into a secure evidence locker. So I guess during Maddie's investigation, they came across this. Something else from the sex squad, sex crimes unit thing again. And this is going to be people. Oh, it says no answer. Resident has never seen her. Okay, so this is when they're canvassing the neighborhood, and they talk to talked with assigning deputies to the areas conducted the canvas. So they go to all these apartments and all their numbers are listed, and they're giving the answers as to what was said with their exchange with the apartment, renters. Like, resident has never seen her, never seen her, never seen her, no answer, no answer. It looks like there's a lot of never seen hers and no answers. And the same thing with this one, either never seen her or no answers. I think that was a pretty large complex, wasn't it? Mom, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, it's a good sized complex.
Yeah.
Like, and
'cause
it's two of
Yeah.
them that are right together. You've got Pelican Bay, and then you have the one she lives in. They're like right there side by side. And the only way, I mean, there's a fence, but the condos, because I don't know why Florida does this, but they're painted different colors. You know what I mean? You have the seafoam
Yeah.
And the
colors
beach,
on, right, the beachy
or the pink.
colors.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. They're famous for that, and more so down that way than they are up here. The beach,
Mhm.
out on the beach they are.
The Don Cesar, the biggest, pinkest hotel in the world.
I think it's a Pelican Bay on the other side. I'm almost positive that's what it is.
Yeah.
I've got footage somewhere, both of them.
All right. This is search warrants. Okay. Page 78, incident report. That's more of the addresses that they went door to door to. Search warrants. On February 28th, 2024, I authorize an exigent redacted search warrant for the phone numbers of redacted and redacted. The search warrant was signed by the judge on the 9th Judicial Circuit, Orange County, Florida. The signed warrant was provided to the Electronic Surveillance Support Team, known as the ESST, to be served to the service providers. ESST provided the results of the pen register trap and trace search warrants. Oh, they tag those phones right away to monitor them, just like they stuck those trackers on those vehicles. Damn, Florida, you got them. Pen register, trap and trace. That's what that means when they do a trap and trace with a pen register. That's what they're doing. They can't hear the phone calls, but they're monitoring everything going on with that phone at that point. Search warrant for the phone numbers, and they are attached to this report. On February 28, 2024, I authorized the exigent redacted search warrant for Meta in reference to Redacted's Instagram account. So Meta is what? Instagram and Facebook, right, Mom?
Yes, it is.
That is Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Redacted. The search warrant was signed by Judge Whitehead of the 9th Judicial Judicial Circuit in Orange County. I submitted on March 1st. I received a response from Meta Inc. and advised they denied the warrant in reference to the Instagram account.
Yep,
Interesting.
that's how they roll.
Well,
It takes an act of Congress to get anything from social media.
not
It has to be
always.
written a certain
It
way.
has to be
Yep.
written a certain way.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying.
well,
And they'll deny it,
and
deny it, and deny it until you get one
Mhm.
word that's freaking right.
Yep.
it's easier to get cell phone information, because I was just listening to a retired FBI agent today about this and how hard it was in the beginning to retrieve cell records because of the cell phone companies and how much they charged law enforcement to get those records, to the point where it was costing them $4,000 to try to get a record on a cell phone. And then the law enforcement got fed up with it, basically, and things happened, and now it's a little different. So they were forced to change the ways they do business to protect you, because they're coming with them search warrants now, right? So Meta can continue to play their game, but eventually they're going to force Florida to write a law that they can't get past, at some point when it comes to certain things. And I don't know. You you do bad things, they ought to be able to look into you. So Meta better get with the program who they want to protect. That's all I'm saying. That's not right. I mean, it's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops to get a search warrant on somebody of this magnitude. You know what I mean? But mom's right. The search warrant wording, everything matters about it. Um, and they'll have to go back. They would have to go back and redo it. And I'm sure they have. So, because there's Meta search warrants all up in Brian Koberger's shit. Just saying, they can get them. We can subpoena the FBI. Damn it, we can subpoena Meta. On March 1, I received a response from Meta that they advised they denied the warrant in reference to the Instagram account. On February 28th, I authorized the exigent warrant for the vehicle, the 2010 Nissan Sentra with the license plate redacted. So didn't Jen had 2 vehicles, right? And this was one of them. I think because there was 3 vehicles, I thought. The search warrant was signed by Judge Whitehead. The signed warrant was provided to the homicide unit to be executed. So they were executing a warrant for the homicide unit. On March 1, I conducted a search warrant, returned to the clerk of courts for the search warrant for the vehicle of the 2010 Nissan Sentra. Okay. Town Place Suites, Orlando, Flamingo Crossing. Town Place Suites, Orlando at Flamingo Crossing. On February 28, 2024, I responded. What is this? On February 28th, I responded. This is going to be the address: 13295 Hartzog, Hartzog Road, Winter Garden, Florida. Now, Mom, if I'm not mistaken, Winter Garden is right there, right? It's just a sub area of Orlando, Kissimmee type thing. Okay, yeah.
It is. I have a friend that lives there.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Florida, but I was down there for years, all the time with the kids, without going to the parks or annual passes that we held. But Winter Gardens, basically, it's just like an area because it's so large down there, right there in Central Florida, and that's what Winter Gardens right there. So this is room 239. Remember that there was something about a hotel. Hold on. So they're at the Town Place Suites. I need to write that down so I can map that. What page are we? Did I say we're on? 79. So I can go back to it and look it up real quick. I don't want to keep y'all. Okay. So Town Place Suites, they go in to room 239 is where they, I guess, was the room they were after. I checked with the hotel staff, and they advised that room 239 was checked in by Stefan Stern, and they had already checked out of the room on the 28th. So they checked in and checked out the same day at approximately 1200 hours. Stefan had rented the room for only one night. The hotel staff allowed me to inspect the room. The room had not been cleaned by housekeeping, yet I observed no personal belongings in the room. I had no further action at this case. So Maddie disappeared on the 26th. The 27th, they were doing the interviews. Did they already kick him out of the house at that point, right? And told him they had to go to a hotel, they couldn't stay there? Because remember they said they went to a hotel? I wonder if that was like... And so that night he was alone, I wonder. I don't know. All right, all this is redacted bullshit. This is another incident report, supplemental report on page 81. On Thursday the 29th, while conducting a canvass in the area of Gateway Avenue and Orangewood Boulevard, I, Detective Alicia, located exterior cameras at the Exxon gas station at the address of 5051 Gateway. The camera appeared to be pointed to the street area. Upon review, located what appeared to be a silver car traveling eastbound at approximately 16 hours on February 26th. So the same day. The vehicle appeared to have no tint on the windows, and you can see through the windows as it drives by. A copy of the video is submitted to Axon. This concludes. That's interesting because where was this at? An Exxon at Gateway Avenue.
Where's, I wonder where Gateway Avenue is in relation to that.
Hang on, let me look at this over here on this other, on my phone real quick. Maybe I can pull it up on the computer. Oh, I just got like cold all of a sudden. My son is like cranking that freaking air conditioner. I'm gonna have to get up and do something about that. Okay, 5051. Gateway Avenue. Yep. And let's see if it looks like in relation to where they were located. What area? Damn, I forgot what Maddie's address was. Anyway, I'll have to look it up. I'll have to get that on a map because I got the page number wrote down. I'm going to map that location and I'll post it where everybody can see it normally, where it won't be on this little thing you got to mess with. Okay, this is the child abuse squad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, remember we had the sex crime squad. Now we got the child abuse squad. And this report is victim 1, completely redacted right there. We know that's Maddie, of course. Supplemental, page 84. On Wednesday the 27th, I, Detective Freeze, responded to the area of Las Palmas Vista Drive. Upon my arrival, I made contact with Deputy Andrews, who advised that pieces of unknown article have been located near the pond that sits behind the residence and other homes in the neighborhood. The photos of the items were taken. Contact was made with the homeowners, who advised they didn't recognize the article. The article is a soft cloth material which is yellow in color. The item was ripped in 3 different pieces. This concludes the involvement. So that was another tip or something that was found. Squad VCS4. Wonder what Squad VCS4 is. This is some surveillance footage, incident report stuff, and it was blank. Another supplemental report. Okay, so still 87 here. Let me see. Let me go quick. Sorry, I didn't have chat up. Let me go look here. Does anybody have any questions so far? Something you want to, a point you want to talk about or anything, you can let us know.
I haven't, wasn't EDR, okay, like the black box. Yeah, this is it like, oh, okay. Yes, event data recorder.
They got everything they could off these vehicles. They put trackers on them immediately. There's documents that say that they went and did that. So they began tracking them from right afterwards. But as far as right before, I know that they got all of Jen's stuff and there was search warrants for all of it. And I can't remember the specifics on this particular car's search warrants. I have to go back and look at that again. That's a good question though, because I don't remember on the silver gray Lincoln. Didn't we go through some search warrants earlier before all this large doc drop about that stuff?
Yeah,
I feel like
we did.
I feel like we did. Okay. According to the surveillance footage, Jones discovered that approximately 9:40 hours the target vehicle, the silver gray Lincoln, turned onto the above business property from Emissary, then proceeded to the parking garage. So is this going over the parking garage thing again that we already knew? Okay. So then proceeded to the parking garage at 9:41 hours. The vehicle arrived on the top level and then backed into a space. I was wondering if he went all the way to the top because I knew it was exposed because I was all over that map and that damn parking garage trying to figure out where he went, why he went in there. Did he not think there was cameras? So he went up there thinking there wasn't going to be none? Idiot. Thank goodness you're an idiot. Finally tripped up, didn't you? According to the surveillance footage Jones discovered, okay, we know that. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked again. Fair-skinned male wearing what appeared to be the dark hat, reddish shirt, and tan pants exited the vehicle from the driver's seat, then walked to the back of the vehicle, opened the truck. It says truck, but we know it's trunk. The male then walked to the passenger side of the vehicle, opened the door, and proceeded to carry what appeared to be the limp body to the trunk. And that was at 9:44. The same male subject entered the driver's seat at the same time and drove away. The vehicle was seen exiting the parking lot from the ground level, then leaving the business onto Emissary Avenue. We collected the surveillance footage, and yeah, thank goodness for daylight surveillance footage. Again, with the sex squad crimes unit thing, more blank redacted stuff. That whole narrative was wow. That whole thing's gone. Okay. This one is page, what time is it? It's 9:56. Let's see. After this one, guys, we'll probably wrap it up because we've been doing about 2.5 hours, and we'll talk about it if you guys want. Mom and Kimber, y'all still with me? Chat,
I'm,
y'all have any
I'm
questions?
still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go over them, and like I said, if there's anything in particular y'all note that y'all want, let me know. I will be posting some of these at random, and I, like I said, I sit and review some of the ones we haven't looked at yet, and I'm just blown away at some of the work they were able to do in following that vehicle down that road. That's coming, and it's brilliant. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'll post a little tidbit, and y'all can see. Um, all right, so we are on page 91 for those taking notes. Hey, Dago. This is the investigative detail supplemental report. On February 27th, so the day after she went missing, Detective Chang responded to Redacted to assist Detective Tagler in reference to the missing person investigation. So they have the search warrant now. On February 27th, I authored a search warrant to search the residence of 13-year-old victim. The warrant was subsequently signed by the Honorable Judge. Review of the traffic cameras. Oh, yay. Review of traffic cameras. On February 27th, through law enforcement resources, I observed a silver Lincoln sedan with Florida license plate through multiple locations in Orange and Osceola County. The silver Lincoln was registered to Stefan's father, as I suspected, but was primarily used by Stefan. The information I observed was provided to Kissimmee Police Department and Detective Tagler. They see you. On February 28th, Detective Eigler provided me additional information regarding the location of Stefan's vehicle as it traveled through St. Cloud and Osceola County. The information obtained was forwarded to Detective Tagler in the Orange County Sheriff's Office command post. Search of Redacted completely. On February 28th, I served the search warrant for Redacted and assisted Orange County's Office Forensic Unit in searching the apartment. Simultaneously, during the search, detectives learned. So we learned this earlier as they were there to serve that warrant on the Jennifer's apartment. The detectives received the call that the other detectives had just found proof of what Stefan was doing. So here's that interaction. So again, this is page 91. in searching the apartment. Simultaneously, during the search, detectives learned of photographs and videos on Stefan's phone where Stefan appeared to have sexually had sex with 13-year-old victim. Yeah, my warning's up. We were able to locate multiple articles of clothing worn by both Stefan and our victim in the photos. Multiple articles of bedding and towels observed in the photos were located as well. All items were documented and collected by Orange County Sheriff's Office Forensic Unit for evidence. On February 29, 2024, I assisted Osceola County Forensics Unit in collecting additional evidence from Redacted. I transported Stefan's cell phone from Orange County Sheriff's Office Central Operations Building to the Colonial Drive location. Okay. To reference the photographs located on the phone during the search. Numerous additional clothing items, towels, bedding located inside the apartment located at the above address. Stefan's cell phone remained in my possession and was returned to a secure digital evidence locker located at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. All evidence found at the apartment were documented and collected by Osceola County Forensic Unit. It should be noted, prior to the search of Stefan's apartment, I advised there were photographs located on Stefan's phone where he appeared to record his roommate, redacted, in secret. See? There you go. Page 91. Let's make note of that page. So, you snake. Recording the roommate.
That's where he was sticking the phone up under the door.
I'm assuming so, because I knew about this coming up, but I hadn't read it yet. So, I mean, I kind of, sort of. But, so, shit, where was I? Where is it at? I forgot where it was at.
Right here, right there. Go over just a little bit, right there.
I
There you go.
advised there were photographs located on Stefan's phone where he appeared to record his roommate, redacted, in secret. Now, the roommate, was that one of those other roommates, or was that wouldn't be referring to Jen? They keep redacting her name through here for some reason, and I don't think it's Maddie, because she wouldn't be considered the roommate.
No.
But from what I understood, it was one of the other girls that lived there. So, yeah. While at the apartment, I was able to utilize Stefan's cell phone and recreate the angle and contents of the photographs by
There you
placing
go.
his cell phone, what?
Under the crack of the door, or the bedroom door.
I thought you said something. While at the apartment, I was able to utilize Stefan's phone and recreate the angle and contents of the photographs by placing his cell phone under the crack of Redacted's bedroom door. I photographed the placement of Stefan's cell phone and uploaded it to evidence.com. So they took his phone in there and they recreated what he did and saw that it was, it matched the room, how he did it, and all that. Download and review of Google Drive search warrant return. We're still on 91. On March 1, 2024, I assisted Detective Heller with downloading and conducting an initial review of the Google search warrant return of the Google accounts belonging to Stearns. During the initial interview, I observed numerous photographs in the return, which I had also observed to be located on Stearns' cell phone as well. On March 4th, the evidence was transferred onto hard drive and over to Kissimmee Police Department. Okay. And yeah, there's just more of that. Victim 3. Victim 1. Victim 3. Victim 1. Huh. All redacted. Am I the only one that sees that? Is that just me? Am I going down a rabbit hole there?
No, they're redacted. So,
well, that's what I can see that bothers me. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, but it could be, that could be something about Maddie right there. Um,
Well, I know what victim 1 is. That's Maddie. I don't know
right.
what victim 3 is. Is that the roommate that was getting recorded? Probably, but where's victim 2? Anyway, I've been doing this too long, I think. Yeah, that's page 93. Interesting. It's very, very interesting to my brain. I'm sorry. Don't mean to take y'all down a rabbit hole without anything to back it up, but maybe I will coming soon. Page 94. Let's stop there. I think I need a cigarette now and process something. Anyway, thank y'all. I'm not going to go yet. Mom and Kimber, what are y'all doing?
I'm here.
Mom, are you still with us? Are you dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm here. I have to
You
rotate
think
dogs
that-
out. The babies go to
Okay.
bed at 10, and they know it's crazy. They know it's 10 o'clock. She's over here staring at me.
Yeah.
So I had to pop out and go put her to bed.
It's
And then the pit
it's
bull.
the dogs know the routine and they know the time. They know everything. But it's that way here. Dogs are so funny. And they
And then
want you
like,
to stick to that schedule,
people-
huh?
I'm going to send you down a rabbit hole. Go back to the first set of documents, the first big document drop.
Yeah.
Start reading
I'm
from the
listening.
top and look at the dates. Because take your brain back to when that first document drop happened. And if you was doing the same thing I was, you was reading them dates and going, is Maddie not the only one?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got some, yeah. Okay.
So that's where victim 2 is.
Very possible.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't think Maddie's alone, right?
Mhm.
You can't be this good for this long in your entire approach and your grooming process. You can't be this good and not have done it before.
Like, this is a hard read. This right here is a hard read because this is getting us to where it becomes realistic and you have all of it in one. But that first set, I'm not talking about the arrest warrant and all that stuff. I'm talking about the first set of documents. I literally was live and made it through 4
Yes.
pages of it, and I had to stop because I couldn't read it out loud on a stream.
Yeah, I've got it actually saved. So
It's in my Discord too.
where your Discord meeting for sure here on this. This is page 94. This is where we're starting off next, right? Yeah. Because we just came down. I already took, because I'm about to take all that. Yeah, all that. So we're going to start off here. What is today? Like, what is it today, y'all? Thursday or some shit?
Thursday.
There's
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, Thursday. I don't know if I'll do anything tomorrow night. Honestly, I might be too tired. Sometimes I don't know until I feel like it, but most of the time I do. I want to get through these documents because there's some. So I may go ahead and do this tomorrow night, but I don't know how many people are going to be down on a Friday night. I don't know, but I don't want, if you guys can always play it back if you want to just listen to the pages that we do read, because we're not covering too many per night, and we're stopping and talking about it. And I want y'all to have your thoughts as well and be heard, and we can always answer your questions for sure on any of it. I'm gonna look at the chat for a second. Mom, there's some interesting things, and like I said, I think there's some I'm hearing some chatter, and from what I'm hearing, I don't know. I just think there's going to be more coming. I find it hard to believe that there won't be. If there's not, if it just stops right here with these two, I will be completely surprised.
I honestly feel like the reason why they're not coming out, they're not doing updates, and you know how Florida is. They love to give updates. Like, it's not like other states. Like, they are all about giving updates to the public. But I honestly believe the reason why they're keeping this so close to the vest is because we're going to be surprised
I think
at the
so.
web that they pull together.
I
Oh, I
think
think so. I think so too, because I don't think they want to tip people off. I think they're
Mm-mm.
fixing to blow it out of the water.
well,
Yeah,
like I
think about
said,
it. Grady Judd is known for what? Doing press conferences and having 10 or 12 of them monsters pictures up there with props.
and yeah, and like I said, that um, from what I'm, leaving Jennifer out there like they're doing and letting her do what she could for damage control if it's reached that level, that's better for them because they've got everything. And it's just like, how far does it go and how far will it go? And when will I still want to know where she's at. I don't know. I don't have no clue. I'm not going to go digging for her. I don't care like that. But I would like to know if she's at home chilling or if she's in a hospital, because that matters to me from a standpoint of, if she's not in a hospital, if she's just at home chilling, why? Because she's, you know, it's,
I wish I could get in that condo. I do. I wish I could get in that complex. I ain't gonna get
uh,
past that damn security guard though. Every time I go
I,
up there, there's a security guard and a cop.
oh Lord, don't. Okay, look. Now you're gonna done threatened to got. You already said you might get thrown out of court, and I'm worried about that. Got to set up a bail fund. Now you're talking about going in there and taking on the security guard, but you go, whatever.
I
You need me
seriously
to
thought
back
about going up there and batting my eyes at him and being like, "Come on now,
up.
just let me in. I just want 10 minutes. Just
I'll
let me in
follow
there
you.
for 10 minutes,
I'll be your backup car.
and then
I
I'll
got
just have the old man pull the car out, and I'll be on
my.
foot and jump the fence."
But yeah,
Florida, you get to
this
choose
is
if you want your county displayed on your tag. Mine don't have no county on there. It ain't none of your damn business what county I'm from. It just says Florida. In fact, it says endless summer. Now take that, all you summer haters. My Florida tag, and I ain't ashamed to say it, says endless summer, and it's one of those tags you can get from the tag office, those, special tags or whatever. That's one of our choices, and that's my choice. So, and it's got the
heck,
pretty little sunset and all that on it. And it just
heck
says
yeah,
Florida.
Paul. I'll charm my way in.
Just says
Look,
Florida.
one time when we went up there was a car going through, and he didn't see the security guard, and he said, "We're gonna go right behind that car right there." And I'd be damn about that time that security guard stepped out and looked at my car. I was like, "Oh, he saw us. We're busted."
That would be. I bet they do be. I bet they still have the tracker on her car.
Well, probably not now. These documents are out in there, she knows.
Well,
They
yeah,
probably
that's true
gathered a
too.
lot of that. I don't know what the holdup is on her, honestly, because um, 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 they've already could have gotten her on things like lying, right? So is that obstruction in
Yeah,
a
obstruction of
investigation?
justice, wanton endangerment of a
Obstruction of
child.
justice, right? So you got these charges that she could get, but these charges that she could get are minor compared to what they could give. So why not wait and get all you can about what you might be given?
And you know
I'm
what?
just
They may
speculating.
want to see if she has any involvement in all this web of things and how deep it goes and how she reacts and what she does. Because if he's involved in all of this stuff, well, they may think she had some involvement in it too, other beyond Maddie.
Um,
I
depends.
mean, that's in
There's
my
going to be
opinion.
different roles. So
That's in my opinion.
yeah, with these, if it's a ring and some sort of network type deal, there are a lot of people out there who are willing to um, let things happen to their children
Yes.
for
Yes.
profit.
Yes, there are.
So is that what we're looking at, or is it, yeah, I don't know, something else? It could be she was just a one of those blind ladies who did not know no better and was completely fooled by this fool. And for some stupid ass reason, she's chose to lie for him over her daughter. Well, if that's the case, then you need to go be somewhere away from society, lady, because I've got nothing
Mm-hmm.
for people like you. There's no damn excuse for for you to say, "Well, I just didn't know. I'm
Oh,
so naive.
horse. Mm.
I'm so naive.
She will
I just didn't know."
she will never make me believe in 10 million years. She could sit here and tell me that she didn't know. She will never make me believe that. I show her
Nope.
no grace on that. I
If it
never
was a short
will.
time period and you didn't know, I mean, come on. What are we talking here? The like somebody went sideways at your baby or grandbaby. Like, have you known them for 6 weeks and that thing? No, this is years.
This
So,
went on for 5 years. There is no
uh,
way that she did not know.
BS where
some
he stayed when he wasn't at her place. He stayed in Northport, which is on the Gulf side. It's about an hour and 20-minute drive with good traffic, but it's a
so
straight shot. Like there's literally a highway that takes you from Kissimmee straight into to Northport.
let me see if I can.
Yes, Paula, I think it started around the time Maddie was 8. So
Mm.
it went on for 5 years, and there's no way that, no, I will
And
not show
that's
that
just,
one.
you got to think
That one,
that that's just when the pictures started.
right. And she is as big of a monster as he is, in my opinion.
Hmm.
They're both monsters. He
Yeah,
did
I
it, but she let it happen.
a camera
She
with a
did it.
tripod.
She did it, but he let it happen. He did it, but she let it happen. So, you know, it's just who's the biggest. He's the biggest monster. I don't even know. It's not even a monster concept. They're both monsters. I can't even.
I
There
don't.
ain't no
Yeah,
damn way she didn't know.
I want to put acid in both their eyes and watch their eyes just melt.
Kimberfoot.
Ooh,
Kimberfoot says, Um,
I
here
want
I'm
to put
trying to do
acid in their eyes. Acid, and just watch their eyeballs melt.
so. Here, let me
Ooh.
see if you guys can see this. Let's see.
Kimberfoot be thinking about some stuff to do. Put some acid in their eyes and
So
skin them and pour salt on them.
See that highway right here? What highway is that? I can't see. I
I'm
can't
sorry,
remember.
is it blurry or something?
No,
Like, I
it's
don't know.
my damn computer. Hang on, I gotta
75. That's the interstate, right? So 75
17.
is the blue route that they're using on this map that I pulled up. It's a 2-hour drive, 2 hours and 19 minutes from. And when Mom said Northport, the Gulf side, see, Florida's.
Mhm.
This is the. For those of y'all who don't know, quick lesson. Florida starts here. Alabama Florida line right here. We border
Bears.
Alabama, we border Georgia, and all the rest is Florida. So starting here, go down, we are the panhandle, and this is South Florida, Central and South. Mom is here, I'm over here. So, yeah. Anyway, back to Stefan's crazy, stupid ass. Anyway,
So
Mom,
see,
take it away.
when I was looking at it that day, instead of taking 75, which is going to be full of tow roads, or full, it's
Uh-huh.
I-4, ain't it? I-4, yeah, it's I-4 to
Okay.
75. Instead of taking that route, if it was me, just being in the mind of a monster, I'd take a back highway.
So you going, uh-oh, this one? Like
Hmm.
17?
I'd take that
Okay.
back highway right on up.
Right. Okay, I got you because I like them back roads too. So that's
Yep.
a 2 hour and 47-minute drive from Stefan's place over in Northport, way over here on the Gulf, into Central Florida, into the Kissimmee area, St. Cloud, see Kissimmee, St. Cloud, to where they lived. So
See,
that
I got a
gives you an
lead foot, so I make it there quicker than that. But
idea. I know, right? People say, how far was it from, Pensacola over to Orlando? Well, if you go by their hours, it was 8, but if you're my husband or ex-husband, 6 and a half.
I can make it to Jacksonville in 4 hours. Hell, I can be in Tallahassee
I
in
know,
four and a
right?
half.
I can give you, yeah. Tallahassee ain't nothing, man. I got family in Tallahassee. My niece is there. It's just all
Yeah,
good.
I can tell you, I know how fast I can get from Tampa or St. Petersburg to Jacksonville, and it's about, 3.5 hours. I can
Don't
boogie
take
on
me
up
long
there.
to get a lot of places, you know.
There ain't no, if it's dark and there ain't no cops, it's the middle of the night, I'm gone. Shoom.
And the only time I have to worry about a hurricane over here, the Atlantic, mom gets that shit. She might get those that come across here, coming that way. Some will come in, but most of them, if they get right here and they get in here, one of us right here has to watch out. We finna get slammed. One of us is getting it unless it dies out. If it gets right here, it's got nowhere else to go. It's like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. Take your pick. And we got to sit there and wait and watch. Bullshit. Whatever. We're not talking about hurricanes right now. Well, maybe one day. But anyway,
There's
guys,
a
I do
tropical storm
appreciate all
headed
you
this way
guys.
tomorrow. Did you know
What?
that? We've got a
What?
damn tropical storm headed here tomorrow.
Wait a minute, because I knew we had a tropical storm, but I thought that was the tropical storm down here at the Bay of Campeche that was going to Texas. Did I
I
miss
don't
one?
something
To form the
today.
form that I didn't know about? Because I ain't
He
keeping
saw
up right
something
now.
today. He's got that news break, so he stays on top of it. And he's in.
Who?
My old man's got news break, and
Oh.
he saw a damn tropical storm headed in. So,
Well, I follow, do you know who Mike's weather page is?
yeah,
I follow him, and I didn't seen any. I'm gonna go check him out real quick. I haven't seen any posts about it, so I didn't know.
girl, this last
26
hurricane
minutes ago.
when the bay got sucked out, I was watching him. He's standing out there, and I'm yelling at the computer, "Get the hell out of there!"
So is he talking about this one, like 26 minutes ago? Latest blend of models for rainfall estimate through Saturday night. That big old high pressure to the north is winning. Invest 92. Is that what?
He's
Oh,
asleep.
that looks like it.
Butterfly,
Oh,
it's a tropical
like
storm's not a hurricane, love. It's just
No.
torrential rains and
Yeah, high winds, and
yeah, your
gusty winds.
son's good. Is he here in Orlando?
What is
If
it?
he's in Orlando, we're inland, honey. He's fine. We
Yeah,
just get like
see,
the waves and the bands of waves. Good God, the bands of rain, not the waves.
yeah, these
The
guys
rain's a band. The rain's a
if
band.
the
Oh my God,
hurricane
we got
comes in, it's gonna get the coast, like, pretty
Mhm.
hard. By the time they get as far inland as this, all of this through here, I mean, it can get, like, floody because there's a lot of you can see all the water. There's a lot of swampland. So there's gonna be water, but, you can survive in Central Florida on, you don't get a direct hit. You don't get the direct hit. It kinda dies out a little bit before it gets there. Now, they've been known, Hurricane Andrew style, to come in out of the Atlantic as a Category 4 hurricane,
Damn
or
state.
Cat 5. Was he Cat 5, Mom, or was he 5?
Yeah, he was
Andrew
a 5.
It was
five.
it was the first time in, like, for many, many, many hundreds of years, right? He slams into South Florida and devastates a couple of Homestead, Florida is pretty much flattened. My best friend's dad lived there, lost everything.
Mhm.
Crossed over into the Gulf of Mexico, came up, threatened to come over here, and ended up going into Louisiana. And they don't do that often. Like I said, they can get in through here and come here, but a lot of times they'll form right here. And the warmer this Gulf gets for the rest of the summer, we have to be super vigilant because this water gets super warm, and the whatever's
The
going
warmer
on
it is, the
in the
warmer it is, the more
atmosphere, yeah, that shit brews right here. So
and the
yeah,
more speed they get when the warmer it gets, the more fierce
well,
the
steering
hurricane gets.
currents, everything, there's a lot of things that factor into what causes a hurricane to grow and strengthen and steer it as to where it's going to go. And you
Hmm.
have to get good at watching that if you are going to live here, because there's a
You
lot of
get
people
good
out
at reading Getty maps.
yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of
I
people out
shouldn't
there
even know
telling
how
you
to
where
read
it's
one of
going to
those.
go, but you need to know yourself where the hell thing's going to go. So you have to get good at reading these things. We used to have those old grid maps, man. Oh, I love them old grid maps of the latitude and the longitude, and they'd come out and tell you on the update. The hurricane was at latitude and longitude, and you'd write it down, then you go plot it on your little paper map, and that's how you saw where the damn hurricane was. They'd show you on
Hmm.
TV on the map, but you had these little paper maps that go with it. Now it's a whole different ball game, and shit, it's crazy. But hopefully we don't get any of them damn things. We don't want no hurricanes around here, man.
Mhm.
Stay the
Nope,
fuck
they
out
get
there.
that shit.
May the steering current steer you in other directions. Gone. Turn, and then later on in the season, they'll roll off the coast of Africa, and they got
Hmm.
all this time to cook and cook across that warm water in the North Atlantic. Cook and
Them's
cook
the ones that come in with a
hit the
vengeance.
little islands and come on up here across some little islands, slide up onto the Gulf of Mexico, and boom, which one are you gonna get it?
We're
Sorry.
just in the
It's
first hurricane season
you gotta make
now.
fun of yourself if you're gonna live here. Shit, it is what it is. It's a damn fucking hurricane. I'll have to just I
Facts.
prepare.
I
I
was living there.
prepare.
I was living there when Katrina came in. I was like, "Oh, we'll be all right." My mom was like, "You need to get your ass home." I'm like, "Mom, I'm fine."
Oh,
Well, all
my
you
whole
can do
family
is
starts
prepare.
calling. As soon as they hear hurricane, I've got 50 people I ain't heard from in 10 years calling. Are you
Everybody's
okay?
like, "That hurricane's gonna be so bad." I said, "I don't think it's gonna hit us. I think we're gonna be all right." No, a hurricane. I'm like, "No, I don't think it's gonna hit us." And that bitch, she didn't hit us.
The
She got
last one
little.
that come through, I can't
She
think of
didn't
the
hit
name of
St.
it.
And I
It
mean,
was
she was headed. She was the way they had her tracked. She was heading straight for St. Pete and Tampa when
mhm.
Katrina came in. She was on a deadhead course to hit St. Pete and Tampa, and that's where I was living
Yeah,
in
you
St.
got
Pete at the time. And she
Invest
missed her.
92 is moving in. Oh, that's some awesome looking radar right there. That little thing's got a nice little eye on it. Let me save that. I'm gonna post that shit. Are they sure that's just an Invest? Look at me look at that. Damn. Mom, y'all might be getting some pretty good rains. Invest 92, that was an hour ago. Tiny bursts of convection here and there. But is it enough? Lots of hype. We'll see by Friday noon. And then they gave another update that was earlier, 32 minutes ago. Shows a lot of rain with it. A tight band of storms around that little eye looking thing there. That was interesting for a little storm like that.
Ain't that a damn shame I can't even remember that stupid hurricane's name that hit Daytona? Nicole. I lose track of them.
Yeah, there can be so many. Um, there's only been like Hurricane Frederick hit Alabama, Florida line in 1979. Before that, Hurricane Camille in 65, I think it was, hit, what was it, the coast of Mississippi or Biloxi? Yeah, around Biloxi area somewhere, and did a lot of devastation. And nobody had seen that like in, decades. So it was all like a new thing. It was bad. And then in 79, we had Frederick. I think he was a 4 when he came ashore in the mouth of the Mobile Bay, which is like right there, like next door to us. And so that put us on the east side of Hurricane Frederick, which if you're on the eastern side of a hurricane, you're on the bad side. So we got hit with, water and storm surge and all the good things and the winds and blah, blah, blah. But then we had Opal and Aaron in the 90s. They were like cat 2s and 1s, whatever. And then we had Ivan. And Ivan was not cool at all. So I don't want no more. I'm done. I don't want no more. but whatever.
Yeah, Dorian. Thank you, Paula. I didn't
Dorian,
think
I
of
remember
that one.
Dorian. Yeah,
Yeah, let me tell you, when Dorian hit me, the old man was out of town because it hit the south first before it headed up. We was in Daytona. It hit the south first, and so he had went to do tree work. So it was just me and the boy there at the house, and we would lived a block from the ocean. So when it first started, I thought, oh, it ain't gonna be that bad. It ain't gonna be that bad. And then I guess about 5 hours into it, it hit me. My car was parked on the road. Because if you've ever lived in Daytona, if you live downtown or down by the beach side, which was where we was at, you don't have a whole lot of parking. You just park on the road. You get a little tag that you put on your vehicle that says you live on beachside. So you pretty much park anywhere, as long as it's not a
yeah,
business park. And it hit me. My car was down there, and I thought, oh my God, I parked the car on the wrong side. It's on the ocean side because where we lived at, you could park it further in. And it wasn't right there on the street, the very next street over from the damn ocean. And I told the boy, I said, I got to go move the car. He said, Mom, the wind is blowing so hard we can't open the door and you're going to go move the car. I said, I got to go move the car. So we took every dog leash. I mean, we built a chain and tied it around me, and he tethered me out to the car. And the wind was blowing so damn hard I couldn't get the car door open. So I sat there for hours, and in my mind, my car done floated away. It was freaking somewhere in the Bahamas. You know what I mean? I was devastated.
yeah. It's a you just got all you can do for hurricanes is in any storms just prepare. Even like I guess people who have blizzards prepare. I would assume, like have supplies or whatever, like they just in case stuff. Like the basics, like your flashlights and your batteries and candles and a can opener that you have to use your hand to open the can. Turn the thing. You can't
Hmm.
plug anything in if you don't have any power to open that can. So all them canned goods aren't gonna do any good if you don't have a handheld can opener. That's just a tip in case y'all know somebody in Florida that just moved here.
We got two of them bad boys, and I tell you something else. Take a case of water and freeze a case of water. Like,
Yeah.
freeze you a case of water for two reasons. Because if your power goes out and you ain't got a generator, you take that case of water, and that water's gonna, as long as you don't open the refrigerator a whole bunch, it's gonna keep whatever you've got in that refrigerator cool. Or
Yep.
you can
Oh,
put
yeah.
those bottles of water in a cooler and use them as big plastic pieces of ice. And then you
Hmm.
also have good water, because sometimes when these hurricanes roll through, you don't want to be drinking the water out of your faucet.
Oh, no, you can't. You have to prepare. You fill that bathtub up for the purpose of flushing your
Hmm.
toilet because you got to fill the
Yep.
back up to flush it because you got to fill it up each time you flush it. So you can't go without flushing it. So you got to have water to flush it. So fill the damn bathtub up.
Yep.
You're not gonna be able to take a shower after this hurricane anyway. You're gonna want to, but you can't. And then you make sure you have plenty of water for drinking. The first 72 are on
Hmm.
you. They can't get to everybody all at the same time. So those in the most need will be gotten to first. And if you're good to go and you're not injured, sustain yourself, right? And then if you can't do that, then you need to learn to do that. So you prepare. You have
And if you
water.
have a live wire over your back porch, don't expect FPL to come
Mm,
and get the freaking live electrical wire off your back porch while you're doing limbo trying to get down the damn stairs.
yeah. There's just a lot of it's a patient waiting game. I've been without power for up to a week and a half.
It ain't no fun either.
No, not in Florida. And right after a hurricane in the summer, Lord, talk about hot. Y'all don't have a clue what hot is until a hurricane passes over you and you have no power. Then you realize what hot is, and it's atrocious, but you deal with it. You find that shade, you find that water, you do what mom said you do, and you keep the coolers and the refrigerator shut and only get in there when you need something.
And have
So,
charcoal for the grill. You
oh
just,
God,
you
you
learn
have,
after the first hurricane, you learn that,
yes,
which I'll be
have a
honest,
little,
the first one I went through, I over prepared. I
Yeah,
had so much shit stacked in that damn closet I could have fed 4 families.
oh yeah, I've got my grill. I also have my Coleman stove. Takes a little propane tank things, screw into it. I keep a little cake thingy of those, and yeah, I can use that thing for all kind of shit. So I'm prepared. I got all kind of, yeah. I'm
I'll be
sitting there.
charging all my little blocks. Hell, we've got 5 of those
Everything
little
be
blocks.
charged up, right? Everything you got better be charged up and ready to go. You can get in the car and charge some things. I've also got a converter, so I can get in the car and charge quite a bit. But still, you don't want to have to do that if you don't. You got everything needs to be charged up beforehand. It's just gonna be a minute before you can plug that shit in again.
Go buy you cigarettes, get your drink of choice. Make sure you got all that stuff in there. It's not a bad idea for those of us that are coffee drinkers. Get you a French press so that
Look,
that bad boy's already ready to go.
after Hurricane Ivan, we had to leave Gulf Breeze, Florida, and drive over into Fort Walton area just to find a store that was open. And this right here is Gulf Breeze. See, Gulf Breeze is little. There's Pensacola Beach, and there's the Gulf Breeze area. And I lived over here on the water during that damn hurricane. Come across there, bam, into your backyard. Okay. Anyway, so we had to go all the way over to here to find a damn store that was open, like a convenience store, just to get gas and cigarettes and something to drink that was cold. It was crazy. Um, that was a long damn ride because trust me, we thought, well, we'll get something in Tiger Point. No, maybe Navarre. No, no, all the way to Fort Walton. And by the time we got down there, because the house I was in was flooded and stuff, and I had to walk out to dry land, I didn't have any shoes. So when we went to that gas station, I still didn't have shoes, and I cannot stand to go barefooted. Well, I wore somebody else's shoes, and they were broken um, into the store. And a lady saw me in this long line of people. Everybody was doing the same thing we were, trying to find something. So we get there, and this was a couple of days after the hurricane, not like the minute after. You ain't going nowhere the minute after. So a lady approached me, and she looked at me, and she said, "Was you in that hurricane? You were in the hurricane?" I said, "Yes, we just came all the way up here trying to find a store that was open." And she said, "You don't have any shoes?" I said, "No, I lost them in the storm, and these are broke, but I'll be all right." I was going to try to buy some in the store, right? She's like, hold on. I got a bunch of shoes in my car. I'll be right back. That lady went to her car, got shoes, and came back and gave them to me. And they fit. I was like, I will never
It's
forget
a
that lady.
blessing.
Yeah, I will never forget that because and so I try to remember, this, it's like neighbor helping neighbor kind of thing. They knew we were all there for the same reason. They knew that our area had just got hit hard, and their area, lo and behold, just got missed, right? And that happens all the time. They might get slammed over here in the Destin area and around Panama City, and we may not feel a damn thing over here. And people don't understand that sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll think it's like they don't, I don't know. And I get why they don't know. They just don't know. But it could hit Panama City like Michael did. It devastated that area, Mexico Beach, Cat 4 hurricane. It was horrible. It was coming somewhere. We all knew it. I didn't want it to come here, but I certainly didn't want it to go devastate somebody else either, and it did. It was sad. Um, yeah, but it is, life on the coast. What are you going to do? Everybody's got their shit. Y'all got the earthquakes over here in California. Y'all got the blizzards over here and whatever, and the forest fires. It's just crazy how we all have, uh, tornadoes. Everybody has their shit. That's the way I look at it.
I got.
All you
Oh
do is
shit!
prepare people, so no matter where you live and what kind of weather conditions you experience, just prepare for them, okay? So
I
shit
got the
goes south.
tornado. I got the tornadoes. You can't prepare.
You
You just
yes, you
roll with
can.
it.
You got a cellar, you got a place to go, you got a plan. Can you hide? If you hear that, but don't y'all got them alarms and shit?
Well, yeah, but I just have to run
You
and
got
hide. That's
some.
all I
The
can
got
do.
morons
stuff
set them off.
in case. You got stuff in case.
I got stuff in case my lights go out and stuff. But if I got a
Yeah.
tornado, I got to get the damn dogs and get the cat's on her own because she's a bitch.
Mhm.
I'm like, girl, you better run.
They wouldn't follow you. They wouldn't just like start running after you like mine would.
No, mine are stupid. They
Come
just
on.
it'll just be like a pandemonium. They'll just be running everywhere, and I'll be like, come on, come on. And but the cat,
Oh,
she's
good
on her own,
Lord.
man, because the
You need
dog
to
don't
get you
like
like
the
an
cat.
emergency wagon, like one of them little zipped up things that like you put your animals in, you can zip them all up. Get you an emergency wagon. That's what you can call it. My shit and get wagon. Like a shit and get bag. Get your shit and get wagon for the dogs. It's time to get your shit and get. Just grab it and go. Put them all in there. You're good to
Girl, we
go.
had a tornado warning one time when we was in
Look,
our other when we lived in our other house, and
we need
my son was like 3 or 4, and girl, I looked in the hall because we were going to get in the hall, so I had to get in the hall with him. And my
right.
husband, of course, we the type we hang out on the front porch. And we hang out on the front porch and see what's gonna happen. Well, I couldn't because he was like 3 and scared to death. Girl, I looked in the hall and I had closed both the bedroom doors and the bathroom door. I look in the hall and he's got every stuffed animal he had in the hall. And I'm like,
Oh,
what are
well,
you doing? He's
keeping
like,
the animals safe.
and I'm like, well, mommy and daddy got to get in here too. He goes, he was crying because the daddy wouldn't come in. I'm like, look, you're gonna have to get your ass in the hall because you can't
Huh.
stop. He's crying, so you're gonna have to get in the hall, and you're gonna have to get in here. But see, we have tornadoes. We used to not have tornadoes in the wintertime, but now we have them in the wintertime. It's scary when they happen in the winter.
Butterfly, I know exactly where that is. Lived there for a long time. It's nice there. Busy this time of year, so just be prepared right through there. Because they're going to be coming and they're heading to Pensacola Beach. And if you got to cross a 3 Mile bridge, enjoy that new bridge. Just be safe out there because it can get crowded out there this time of year. But that's a nice area you're going to there. Be prepared for the heat and bring your sunscreen and just follow all the water safety rules, and rip tides are real. Rip currents, whatever they want to call them. And watch out for, I guess, fins and sharks. I've heard there's some activity out there. So keep all that in mind. You'll be
Bears
good.
and snakes and venomous snake.
Actually, look, this is no joke. Okay, this is actually a public service announcement to you. The area you're going to is going to be called South Santa Rosa County. South Santa Rosa bears. So there's a large population of black bears in the area, in Santa Rosa County as a whole. But they seem to enjoy South Santa Rosa County, especially around people's homes. So just be careful and vigilant because the black bears are real as well. Even in Gulf Breeze, trust me. So it's not bad though. It's not like there's a bad population. They're just come out of the woodwork and get you. It's not like that. Just be careful. Tips on coming to Florida. Yeah. Um, it's a good time though. I guess you're going to go to the beach and stuff, so enjoy that beach. That water probably feels so good right now. I hadn't been out there in a minute. I was threatening to go yesterday. I was threatening to go today. When I got super mad in the car, I need to turn that car around and point them headlights south and not look back. I had to go save my soul. There's a song about that. Wish I could play it. It's Eli Young Band. I go down. Okay. Wasn't Dago going to bed?
He said he wasn't going to bed. He said it was too early to go to bed.
Oh, too early to go to
I-
bed. He's going live in a minute. Okay.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah. Tomorrow's for. I got to get up in the morning early because I got to take my kiddo to the doctor. Well, to the doctor's office for like an ultrasound. Yeah. So we got to be there early though. So I got to go pick him up and take him. So we're gonna end it. Y'all have a good night. And thank you for coming. And we'll do this again probably maybe Saturday, but at least Sunday if not. Okay. And I'll get some things together before then. So if y'all have any questions, I guess y'all can leave them in the comments because I'll go back and check and see what's up with that. If you have anything and address it if you want me to, or you can send me an email or whatever. All right. Mom, thank you for coming up here and joining us. Kimber, of course.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we enjoy having you here.
Well,
and
y'all
going
have good
through
night.
this. Kimber, you with us still? Or we got Kimber Foot with us?
Kimberfoot is not asleep. Kimberfoot is.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to end it here, guys, and y'all have a good night, okay? Good night.
Good night.